Hey guys, well, welcome back to the next session of D&D. I think this is 11.
Yep.
Sounds like 11, yeah. Uh, we'll get right into it. The last session, the group, which we still, hopefully, by like session 13, 14, maybe 15, we'll have a name for you guys. Traveled...
Never.
The unknowns.
Yeah, the unknowns, yeah. Continued their interactions and investigations of the first swine sculptor that they encountered. There was some fighting involving the remaining pig spellcasters, which completed a ritual that preemptively caused whatever remaining flesh cysts to spontaneously generate into a slew of like pus piglets, basically. Y'all dispatch the remaining swine folk, including all the piglets but one, which Roque intervened, casting some healing magic on it and seemingly stabilizing its unstable, giving it a nickname, which was probably the biggest mistake I've ever done, because now you will be attached to it. The group agreed not to dispatch of it and send it to the woods and tried to get in touch with the Dryads, where they did successfully meet Pan, who took it with one of the Guardians and said that they could still not help them further in the swine fields. Having traversed this area enough times now, the group is pretty familiar with the landscape and the topography and everything. You quickly managed to get to the second swine sculptor on your map, where it was in a much more cliff-like area, and you found a much larger shanty-like town, city made of wagons and refuse and everything. But yet again, there was not many, if any, swine folk to be seen until Pebble flew beyond the second ridge, and there the rumbling sounds and the realization that an army of swine folk and double bear pigs were marching out. Upon some investigation and the near fatal stumble by Marb, the group managed to evade a dispatched group of these swine folk that chased them. And we continue with the group outrunning, or seemingly outrunning, their pursuers, returning back in the direction of the first swine sculptor. So, and it is it's still quite midday time, and that's where we left off. So you guys are running. Gustav was helping those that were starting to lag behind.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
And your current trajectory has you heading back towards the first swine sculptor, where Marb had murdered one of the swine folk that you were interrogating by busting in his knees.
Murdered is a strong word. It was more criminal negligence.
With his criminal negligence, caused one of the swine folk to lose both of his knees and bleed.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. He kept falling over or something.
Yeah. Where I do believe y'all had left some findings as well. So.
Oh yeah, the armor was the end. Fine. I'm not gonna remember.
So yeah. So it'll take you about 10 minutes more to get back to the original swine sculptor. But along the way,
just making a beeline back to the city.
guess that's what we're supposed to start talking about. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think so. I think now that, as best we know, that this is the only force headed that way, and if we can beat them there, they can have time to prepare and prepare for a siege. And I think that would help them quite a bit. So I think we should make haste in getting back there.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully they'll actually take us seriously this time, though.
There's nothing
We
that you
did
can
try
do
to explain the situation before, and they seemed hesitant to do anything.
I mean, he seemed busy. But yeah, somewhat dismissive.
He had a lot of excuses about not having enough soldiers. Well, he's going to have a lot fewer once the town's overrun by pigmen. Or people, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, he's an incompetent fool. They've lost caravans. They've lost carts full of equipment. And he's doing nothing? Saying nothing? Man's
We
a
don't
fool.
know that. Well, okay, yeah.
Well, I think we're pretty sure that he's a fool. We can all agree, fuck this guy.
Either that or he's been just run over by this. Whatever. No, he's trash. It's fine.
It's canon. He's trash.
Yep. Confirmed canon.
Yeah. So let's head back to town. I mean, do we need to? I mean, we could go stop back at the place and pick up anything that we left there. I know there was something, and I think we left, right? We wanted to grab along the way.
I don't even think there's any point seeking out Pan. I mean, what is she going to do? Summon another little guardian?
Well, she made it sound like she didn't have a lot of other siblings left after the shellacking they had received earlier, so...
I mean, they can at least prepare if we're taking
I think we should.
townsfolk to them. Plus, we kind of need to burn down whatever we can burn down, right? I mean...
Yeah,
it seemed to have some effect on them.
Pretty sure we're out of time to burn things down at this point.
This building that we were just at, DM, this never really caught, right? Or it seemed a bit slowly.
It seemed to, but slowly. Y'all are too far away now. You look over your shoulder as you're running. There might be a little plume of smoke, but nothing indicating a huge
Not
blaze.
Roaring infernos.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could at least burn the one place down that we forgot to burn down on our way back to...
Is that actually on the way back, though?
It is. This one, because at least the way that the group has been traveling, I did delete the other one because I drew this on here. If we go back to... sorry, it's such a small image on here.
We have
If you zoom in,
bar we can use.
Yeah. If you zoom in, y'all are at this one right here. And the last one's here, and you guys are running on the map towards the right to the woods and then up to avoid the roads.
That one?
So, yeah. So you're running in this direction, and then you'll run. And this is where you found the tentacle house, and then this is the route that y'all took out of town along the woods. And the army is seemingly, from what you can tell, marching from here, going up this way, and then at some point probably contacting the road and then just besieging it possibly or taking it over. Actually, Gustav, you give me a history check.
Okay.
Maybe the Traveler's Rest will be so powerful it'll just transform them all.
14.
14, yeah. So, pretty common knowledge, armies don't travel fast.
Right.
It'll probably, if they do not care about being detected, it'll still probably take them the better portion of 24 hours-ish to get within range of Vulpine, which is 3 or 4 miles away, realistically. You guys can easily navigate through, looping around them, possibly even scouting on them, whatever. You have plenty of time, essentially.
Right. Although I think Gustav would make the point that the more time we waste trying to do other shit before we get to Vulpine, that's less time we have to work with to actually affect any sort of legitimate evacuation or defense plan. We have to go to Vulpine first to give them time to organize something. Otherwise, it'll be kind of a waste.
I mean, 10 minutes here, if we can just, destroy one of their means of producing...
See, you intend for it to be 10 minutes, but what if it takes longer than that?
That's fair. I mean,
priorities.
10 minutes here or 10 minutes in a different. I mean, we don't know if heading a different direction will waylay us in a different way. Then, so I mean, we can't predict that. So.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm saying, given that we don't know what would delay us, the best course of action would be to head straight for Volpine without any delay.
One could argue that going through areas that we've already cleared out is less likely to have us be met with anything else. So you could say going to the first swine sculptor that we dealt with means they were less likely to meet any interference. So that's another argument.
I can agree with that one. It felt like the towns were a lot emptier than we were expecting. I think they're going all or nothing on this march.
Have we hit the place in the middle?
Yes, that's the where you found the shinies.
The Chinese kid.
That is, from what you understand, that is Simon's ranch that was in the center.
Original
Yeah, okay.
home.
That's what I thought. I just want to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a backwards S.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like an hourglass.
Technicalities.
Okay, so
My personal vote is we swing by the first place, raise it to the ground.
I don't care if we didn't see Simon at that place, right?
no, and who? I guess it was everyone but Roque and who was it? It was Roque and Davis weren't part of the interrogation, but everyone who was part of the interrogation process, you would have. It's fresh on your mind. So the swine said they're carrying out their father's will. Father is not with them, and that they, that Volpine is their target. You didn't see Simon. It's kind of possibly, if you believe what it said, that Simon's not even around, or father is not even around.
Right. Okay. So then I guess Grant would say to Gustav, we have another problem on top of our existing problems. When Marb was interrogating that beast earlier today, it revealed that Simon is not even traveling with this army. We didn't see him today. He's not going to Volpine either, I don't think. He has something else. He could just be a distraction for something greater he's planning.
Maybe.
Okay, but I'm gonna say a town full of innocent people seems like a pretty good distraction to maybe focus on.
Yeah.
I don't think a pile of dead people in a town will be too pleased to say, "Oh,
No.
we avoided the distraction, though."
No, but even if we were to stop the attack, it doesn't solve the problem. We still have to track down
Solves
Simon.
a pretty big problem.
A big problem, of course.
Do we really like enough of the townsfolk to even care?
I mean, it's
Gustav
the right
just sort of
thing to
looks
do,
at
come
you.
on.
What are you talking about?
Some of them are kind of dicks.
I mean,
Yeah.
What do you mean,
I know that
Simon?
but dead dicks can't pay you, so
To a point, y'all have technically figured out what has been happening to the Plains cows, which there is a hefty sum
That's true.
as reward for that information.
And I think Navario was supposed to help us out further after we helped as well.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Well, we need to keep him alive.
Let's go get paid. Also, do the right thing and help save the town.
I love it when those two things coincide.
It's very convenient.
Makes life so much easier.
Marb agrees. Much easier.
Especially the getting paid part, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ah.
All right.
No, he's way more into the murder part. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but that's kind of his whole shit.
Yeah.
Are we able to route in the last ranch and a quick stop at Pan?
Okay, so the one that you are not able to route in is this
Oh yeah, no, not that
one at the very top, or like where I'm pinging. The one that's closest to the Mason Fair Byway. That one, because y'all were here, and the army lies between y'all and this symbol. You can return with ease. Y'all are basically there at this point to the first swine sculptor that you got. Collect whatever you need to. Try to burn it down if that's the goal. And then your natural route would take you close to the first tentacle house, the flesh farm, and then you would be following the woods up to the original places where you barned, and then you could get within Volpine by night. Well, it'll be dark, but if y'all travel the entire time, easily get there, midnight-ish or so.
That's when we would get to Volpine?
Roughly. Like, it depends on how long these stops take you, and how fast y'all are traveling. Like, if you guys want to really push and try to book it, you can get there super, like duskish. Because it's not that far away, but, I'm assuming traveling with some caution. By all means, if y'all say, no, fuck it, we're booking it, then you guys can get there by duskish. And of course, I don't know if the group wants to keep an eye on the army while they're traveling, or just be like, the army's there, book it. So...
Yeah, Gustav's vote is anytime civilians are involved, more time is better. So booking would be best. So they can have time to panic and freak out and cry and collect their things and cry some more, and then maybe escape with their lives.
I agree we need to get there as quick as possible, but I also think that if we have a chance to weaken any of their magic on the way, we should take it.
Agreed. And I also if we can contact Pan. We don't know, because I know they have the ability to travel quickly in the woods, so maybe they could help bolster. Maybe they could all provide help as well.
Or she could reach. What's the other?
Grissa.
She could maybe reach Grissa somehow that we don't know about, and then warn before we even get to town, right?
Yeah, I think that could. I mean, a couple minutes extra to do that might be worthwhile. I'll say, speaking to the... So, Gustav and Grant, you fighty guys, how have you spent time in, official, army, armed forces? Would you have ever, done a siege type thing like this? Because it seems like it's getting late. I would think either you would want to wait until it's daylight, or maybe it's best to do it at night. I don't know.
Well, Gustav does have a history with military stuff, and in his estimation, this looks like a situation where they're expecting to pretty much just roll up on a more or less defenseless town and just fucking steamroll them. Because, they'll have some guards, but, they don't have anything that can handle, a half dozen of the really big bear pigs, not to mention 100. And day, night doesn't matter. Okay. Villages are pretty easy to see, no matter the time of day, because they usually have fires and lights and sound and whatever. And they might miss a few people, but it's not really
coming, because they'll need their own sources of light, right?
Maybe, but even if you do, it doesn't matter, because again, this is a village. The villagers aren't going to get their shit together and run away really before it's too late.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, either way we should make haste, so I would say, as we're doing this, we kind of start walking in the general.
Alright, so...
This is a farming village. They won't be able... you guys saw the barracks earlier, I guess 2 days ago now. There are very few soldiers there. You could have murdered all of them. You three that were there could have murdered all of them,
probably.
Ooh.
Okay, so... Grant... Good point. Give me I guess it's a history check as well. Give me a history check at advantage for what was said at the barracks. And I need Marb. 18, yeah. So, Grant, you recall that when when Meeker, who you deemed a pile of trash, said that he understands, but he can't do much. He's busy, or he's got a difficult time allocating resources. He did send word to neighboring townships that something is amiss. And
Yeah,
he
my
did send
recollection
scouts.
though is that he qualified that statement by saying like we're kind of far away, so he didn't expect to hear from anyone in a timely fashion either.
Exactly, but there is the potential, maybe because in this map, on this map, while you do not
showing up, yeah,
on this map, while you don't see like a ton of villages and there are some settlements along the Foxwoods. There are some settlements along the roads. The only ones that show up on this are like the large ones, so Volpine, Carver, Whitlaw, which is like Metropolis and everything. So who knows if they got any success. Additionally, not additionally, but that's the thing. Like he did send for some help, but I think what you just said, Nate, is pertinent. Like you don't know when that help will arrive, or if the heeding the call will actually be taken seriously. So, all right. So so Arson crew. So Roque, Arcana check. Al, sleight of hand check. Marb, so Davis, if you want to do it for him. Survival check.
Does he get any advantage or anything for this?
Yes, he does. No, because he's not trained in survival, so no, he doesn't.
Okay, so then 13, 10 plus 3.
Okay. 13, so that's 33, and then Roque, what is your Arcana check?
5 plus 12.
Hey, Gustav.
12 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
In your
Nice.
in your past travels, you ever had to defend a small settlement against raiders?
A couple of times, but to be completely honest, it did not end well.
Well, you're here.
There are a lot of pretty bard stories about triumphing over impossible odds, but to be quite frank, being outnumbered is a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we defend the town. I think
This
we
is a
take them
very
to the woods.
peaceful region. The armies around here. I mean, I served in my youth in the verdant forces. We just patrol. We keep the peace. This is not a region full of. I mean, even those bandits that we encountered at the Pathfinder's Rest are rare. This region is not ready for something like that.
Well, I suppose we could potentially leverage the patrolling nature of the verdant cause and simply relocate the people. I don't imagine these pigmen want much to do with the city itself. They'll probably root through homes and break some things, but I presume if we can take them someplace safe for a while until it blows over, that would likely be the best outcome for everyone.
Maybe the Dryads can help us out. Put them up like they did for us.
I don't think a pig army is going to blow over. I mean,
the tree worshippers at that tavern, they can get it. They might be able to help.
Yeah, I still think the best option is get them to the woods and get the Dryads to help and fight in the woods. Lure the pigs to somewhere where we have strength.
I don't think we necessarily have to do any fighting at all. I think just hiding in the woods for a while till things calm down might be enough. Honestly, if the druids can keep an eye on them, they might even be able to watch over the citizens while we go back and finish burning down all the things we need to burn down.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Works for me.
So with that burning down, Al, Marb, and Roque, you successfully set the original swine sculpture that y'all ran into ablaze.
Nice.
Is this also the place we dropped our armor?
Yeah, so if you wanted to gather that, you can say you gathered that.
Give that to, was it Grant or Gustav? Who one of y'all were going to use it?
Grant was taking it,
Okay.
I believe.
Oh, I forgot this. Okay, thank you.
Well, glad we were able to find that for you.
All right. So essentially, let me get.
And to Gustav's point, I would say maybe we do kind of throw caution to the wind and just book it.
Go for it.
In terms of taking I don't know if we need. I mean, looking to the left to see if we see a force like barreling down on Volpine, but
nothing wrong with having extra time.
Yeah.
So these are officially burned down.
Nice.
Okay, cool. And that one's not over here. I just put it in the wrong spot. All right, cool. All right. So I'm not going to worry too much with survival checks in the sense that y'all traverse this area enough.
Yeah.
The group can, if you want to book it, I will say it will involve 1, potentially 2 Constitution saving throws, just to see if y'all how exhausting the journey is.
Okay.
Okay.
As I look at Al, like, can you
Who has
take
the
it?
worst constitution on the team?
He salutes and sprains his wrist.
Marb, probably.
Marb's plus
Yeah,
one.
I got a +5.
Damn.
Okay. I would
On the
have
save.
1 slot left.
Oh yeah, I'm the same.
I would probably cast Bear's Endurance on like our weakest runner to make sure that we get our best chance to.
Okay,
It's Marb, then I'll do it on him.
Okay, to be fair, it is I guess it would be a saving throw, not a check. So the Bear's Endurance is for checks, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But again, it'll be more like the group working together. Like if someone rolls a natural 1, they're not all of a sudden going to back. As long as they roll well enough, will help the group progress. That one individual might suffer a point of exhaustion. So let's say agreeing to throw caution to the wind and not to go to the woods, as from what I gather. Correct me if I'm wrong. The the group gets past the flesh farm, which was a tentacle house. It's still standing. And then you turn along the woods and just run. You get to the second building on the way, which is one of the barns that y'all farmed down where the worms were being incubated. You get by that. You get to the other one. You get by that. All the places that you burned down are just piles of
Cinders,
splintered wood, ash, and there's still some of the frames possibly staying up, but they're
not functional.
they're gone. Yeah, they're gone. I would say, since is anyone trained in nature actually in this group?
Not Marb.
I have a black dot. Does that mean I'm trained?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Means
I
you're
am.
proficient.
Yeah. So trained to proficient. Sorry, same thing. Sorry. All right. I guess Roque. Yeah, you would count. So Al and Roque, while y'all are running through, give me nature checks.
Ooh, let's use the lucky die. Oh, 19 plus 5.
Nice.
24. Okay. 13. All right. Al. It's a lot of burning and a lot of that. You're pretty proud of yourself. I mean, you guys did a good job. Arsony, nice.
Oh, yeah. We live the name.
Yay, arson.
We're good at this almost half the time.
Yeah, Roque.
Arson for justice.
You have much more of a, intuit to nature kind of, having stumbled in the woods, getting lost multiple times, and just being able to get your way over here. You're running, and you start to notice that some of the green is starting to return. Some lively little sproutlings of grass or little shoots of grass are coming up. But you seem to be, it kind of catches you while you're running, trying to keep up with the group.
That was Roque.
Some life is returning. Yeah, Roque noticed it.
Okay.
So, okay, the group's running. All right, now I would like everyone. I gotta look at Constitution scores. So we got a 2, you're fine. You got a 2, you're fine. You got a 3, you're fine. You got a 4, fine. Marb's a 1. Marb is the only one that needs to roll a Constitution saving throw right now.
Okay, that would be 12.
Tenor. Okay, tenor. He's fine. He's a little winded, especially after maybe about an hour ago, almost falling to his death potentially. But he's going. He's keeping up with y'all. And the group is traveling. All of y'all are trained in perception. The highest one would be Grant, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Grant and Al, y'all pass the perception. You can hear just faintly the rumblings of that large mass, the army, the horde, moving, but it's nowhere in sight. But it seems to be traveling just a little bit in the still air. And the group is running. you guys are, you're out of the pig ranches now. And now anyone that is a 2 so that'd be Al, Davis, Marb. I need y'all all to make Constitution saving throws as y'all booking it to get around this area. As it's starting to get darker. Vulpine is maybe starting to crest into view. Oh wow, okay, so yeah, Marb would have seen it too. Davis. So actually I'll have really high perceptions. Ooh, Marb, okay. All right, Al, you're fine. And then Davis, what was your
Mine was
17?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so Gustav, as you're running, your friend is starting. He's starting to slow down just a little bit. He's not falling behind by any means, but you're noticing that he's focusing more on actually running and breathing harder. And maybe his beak is open a little bit more, and he's.
Can I just make a strength check to help him out?
Sure.
Or...
Yeah, go for it. Just.
Hop up on my shoulders.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Just like, all right, come here, and it's an 18.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Strength check.
All right. Yeah. So he's kind of like, hush. Okay. Yeah. He's just kind of, for a little bit, at least accepts that he's fallen behind, and you've managed to carry him all the way. It is, let's say, just to keep it, as we were saying, it'll be right around dusk since y'all had, with Abandon just ran this way, all the way to Vulpine. Let's move y'all over to the Vulpine map.
Hooray, we're back.
Yeah. So,
Hey guys, y'all gonna die.
So, as you guys emerge kind of from the part of the road that dips into the forest, part of it will weave in and out of the forest around here. You start to see the clearing that leads into the Vulpine proper.
As we get in, I'll be like, oh shit, we were gonna go talk to the Dryads. I hope Chris is here. So we can talk to her.
So if you guys kind of remember the layout, the Fox Den is roughly in this area, towards the southern portion of Vulpine. Out here is actually one of the watch towers / out kind of like a barracks outcropping.
Where was that?
Where we left the bandit. Right.
Where you collected some of your material. Davis, you got that glaive. Mark got his fire, starting tallow, things like that. This is where you were escorted out with, or not escorted, but led out, walked with Navari. It's kind of like, it sounds so hard.
Shades of
Yeah, however you want to spin it, man. Whatever. These guys are assholes.
Accompanied by, there we go. And yes, it is starting to get dark. The torches and sconces throughout the city are starting to set ablaze, or set on fire, so to get the light going.
I would say maybe Dregnar and I, and maybe Al, if he wants to come, we should go to the barracks, talk to them, let them know it's coming. Maybe somebody should go talk to the watchtower, and then another group should go talk to the Fox Den, people in the Fox Den, see if we can get Grissa, and just let everybody else. Maybe Navari's there. Maybe we can get them. We need to let as many people as we can, as quickly as we can. And I don't think a lot of you guys like Meeker, so I was gonna go talk to him.
Roque and Marb had some affinity to the Fox Den.
Yeah, that's true.
People.
I think Gustav's gonna pop up. Well, I think this is the perfect time to not be his biggest fan and talk to him. Nothing like a little impending annihilation to make him shut up and listen.
Yeah, if you want to come and try and talk some sense into him, by all means. I think that's fine.
Gustav grins very widely. Oh, I'd love to.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we should
I
also
guess
let the perimeter defenses know, like, we don't know when it's coming, but it's coming soon. We're talking to everybody, etc., etc.
I can run through town and be noisy and get everyone to meet in town square.
To Grissa, if she's here, because last we heard she was coming here. So if we can
That's
get
true.
her to rally her and her sisters and like whatever that thing was that was watching over us, to maybe get a plan in order. So what is our plan before we split up? Are we gonna tell them we should get you guys out of town and hide, or should we gird up for a defense, or do we leave that to them?
I'm pretty sure we're trying to convince them that they need to leave right the hell now, and then we'll lead them to the Dryads, and they'll take it from there.
I'll look for Grissa, and then once I find her, I'll try and summon all the townsfolk.
Alright, so Grant and Al, you guys gonna maybe talk to the
No.
perimeter defense?
So Rock's going to the Fox Den.
Yeah, I think Marb too.
Davis and Gustav going to barracks.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so I put little markers. So outer perimeter, Fox Den, barracks.
I would say we would go this up here.
Okay.
I assume Dregnar will probably come with us. I mean, he's kind of a free agent. Can kind of go wherever.
Yeah. Sure, Dregnar will come along.
Yeah, he should report about his caravan.
Yeah,
too,
that's
actually.
true.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
and like big muscly guys kind of talking some sense into people might be a good idea here. No offense,
All
Grant.
right. So I'm just kind of assuming these are and then we'll do this and then kind of adjust as needed.
You know, split the party. It's always a good idea.
Yeah.
In this case, it works.
Flawless.
It's literally never not worked out.
Okay. We'll go ahead and it'll take the longest to get to Meeker and them. So we'll go ahead and start with the outpost. So Al and Grant, y'all are not too winded. I mean, it's been a long run. You do see as you guys kind of go in and the kind of diverges, as one of the groups kind of diverge, getting off the path. You do see like 2 or 3 of the like patrols kind of walking with torchlight, start to see y'all, and they start kind of waving at you as Davis, Dregnar, and Gustav start to like veer off to the right, let's say, and then Marb and Roque don't even seem to be slowing down. So they call out, "Hail, hail, welcome! Who goes?"
Hell, we're returning with important news from out in the farmlands.
Where are the other ones going? Why? Okay, farmland.
They're going to seek Meeker. No, look this way. Look at me. Look at me, young one. No one, whatever.
Okay, yeah. You see a young human male, probably like early 20s, barely has a stubble for a beard.
What's your name, boy?
Jameson.
What was that, Jameson?
Jameson.
Hey, that's what I'm drinking right now.
Nice. You get inspiration.
Jameson, how many soldiers are on patrol tonight?
Why do you need to know?
This is important. There's trouble coming to the city, and you need to answer me now.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure.
He doesn't know you.
I'm a big dude wearing armor, carrying more armor.
He is that.
You're also traveling with one individual as 5 others didn't stop. Okay, you're lucky. He rolled a 9, so he's like, he kind of focuses on you and goes, wait. Oh, okay. Sam mentioned. Okay, yeah, Sam mentioned that some of y'all came through the outpost. That must be you guys. Okay, I don't know how many we necessarily have. That's more something like maybe Meeker or the guys that actually... Okay, I say maybe 24 within the vicinity of Alpine that normally travel, north and south up to the Pathmaker's Rests. You don't really venture too much further.
Wait, there's soldiers on the road to our west.
No, he's saying how many people they have.
Oh no! But he said
to the rest,
to the
so,
Pathmaker's Rest.
Yeah, so this would have been. They would have probably, because on your path out, you hadn't seen anyone coming into town. You weren't on the road the entire time. But this is the first crew heading out.
Okay.
As another crew will head out through the old district, heading north, and then heading, along the path to the east. So northeast.
Jameson and how many people does he travel with? Like,
2 more are with him right now.
Okay, so those 3 are going to be heading out west towards the Pathmaker Rest?
Yeah, towards the Pathmaker Rest, heading south, and then heading west. Yes, exactly. So towards the direction of the swine folk.
Okay. Could just let him go get himself killed.
Right. I'll do...
No. Jameson, you and your friends need to stay cannot go out right now. That is not safe. There are the same people that attacked the fair earlier today are coming from the west now, and they have plans to attack the city, so it is not safe. We need to get the guards organized and prepared, and we're going to convince Meeker, or our friends are going to convince Meeker, that we need to evacuate the city. Right, Al?
Al, push to talk. I know you're not used to it.
Oh, wait.
Say what?
All I heard was my name.
Oh, yeah.
He was asking...
Go
ahead.
Grant was just telling Jameson that they need to get organized and that we're going to be evacuating. And I was just asking Al for confirmation.
Oh, yes, yeah, he's definitely not. Yeah.
Okay. We're the first patrol heading out. Shouldn't we put eyes on this to confirm what you're saying? I mean, how far away is this threat?
Probably when we last saw it, it was 5-6 miles out by
4 or 5 miles out.
farm
Yeah.
was it up there?
You could just say by the swine fields. They'll know what you mean.
By the swine fields.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, those. Okay. But if they attacked us earlier and we handled it okay, they just seemed to cause a ruckus, and then there was all that noise with the pigs, and it died down. Are you saying this is the same thing?
First of all, we handled the disturbance earlier, and 3 of your verdant soldiers ended up killed. And a bunch of the citizens were even killed by the rampaging swine. So this is not something that was easily handled.
Second of all, this group of swine, way bigger, way worse.
Okay. Well, all right, let's swing by the outpost and let them know that we're not going on patrol, and I'll escort y'all to Meeker so we can have this discussion at the barracks.
If you're going to send someone out there, it needs to be your quietest scouts, not soldiers in full gear like you 3 are.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll check with the outpost, see what they say, and we'll get going. So, all right. So you successfully get Jameson and his 2 other lads from starting their patrol, and you are correct. They tend to be in more heavily armored, not like full plate or anything, but with torches out and everything, just patrolling the streets or the road. And they will escort you back to the outpost where y'all had gotten some of your equipment and provisions when you had originally sent out to the swine fields. When you guys get there, actually one of the individuals that happens to be there recognizes you and says, "Oh, welcome back. Make it back from the swine fields, okay?"
Hey, guy.
Yeah, exactly. You have no idea who this name is.
Good to see you too.
It's like, so no problems. Y'all are back. You don't seem worse for wear.
A lot of problems.
Wait, what do you mean?
So you've been hearing Nose Pig the past few nights, right? Swine.
Kind of died down after the night at the fair, and then.
Yeah, we saw them. I think they gathered. Or I know they gathered, and I believe they're marching on to town. So we're trying to get everybody the hell out of here.
Okay.
Alert everybody.
What are we talking? Like a dozen pigs? What's the problem?
Yeah, let's go dozen. It's a bad time.
So 24 pigs, or are you saying like?
No, a dozen of a dozen. It's like you gotta math it out a little. Over 100. Let's try that.
Yeah, you definitely got him locked. Math, not a strong point. He's like, over 100 pigs. He just kind of turns to you, Grant, and just looking for confirmation.
And they're accompanied by enormous dire boars of some sort. This is not a laughing matter. This is no joke. It is dangerous.
Okay. You can see he's starting to sweat, get like nervous.
Relax.
He's not.
We are going to. We've already sent word to Meeker. We will get the town organized. Relax. We are going to get everyone evacuated and out to safety. Relax. Although Grant is not relaxed himself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Meeker will.
Animal handling. Excellent.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
There, boy, there.
I will use command to make him relax.
Only that worked that way. Sure. So he breathes. He starts kind of looking at you as you say that, relax, and he's like, starts nodding, and he's like, yeah, we need to see Meeker. He tells Jameson, Parker, I don't even know the other guy's name. You can tell, like, maybe
Tula.
he's like one of Tuva. He says, oh, Tula? All right, fine. Yeah, so Jameson, Parker, and Tula, y'all stay here. Hold the outpost down. I'll go escort them to Meeker in the barracks, and we'll figure this out. If anything, any type of pig shows up, you ring that alarm bell. You ring it and run into town. You're not here to fight an army. And he starts escorting y'all up the Mason Fair Byway into the southern entrance line. And then we'll go to, unless if you guys have anything else to say.
Not that
Okay,
I can think of at the moment.
Okay, cool. All right. So, Roque, Marb, y'all managed to run by the outpost, run by the starting of the patrol into the southern district of Volpine, and you're starting to come upon the square, and same, view you see where it's the darker wood and white clay buildings, where in this area there's also the mounds and those hills that are built up into being more like Shire-esque homesteads and places of business, and there is that one mound, the one central kind of hill on the south that has plenty of greenery, flowers and everything growing from the top, and in the entrance there's a wooden sign with the carved name Foxden. As you'll approach, Davis, I'm assuming you're just gonna take care of Marb for this.
I mean, for the RP side, I think.
Not for the RP side, but if any rolls.
Oh, rolls, yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. I can perform that for sure.
Gotcha. All right.
I'll let you decide who says what for him.
Absolutely. All right, Roque. You and Marb enter the Fox Den. It's, it hasn't started getting too busy. There's a few patrons coming in. The same old Django and Janetta are working.
Yeah, I'd rush to them immediately and be like, "Hey, is Grissa here? I need to when did you last see Grissa?"
Janetta says, yes, Grissa stopped. She said bad things were coming. She said to expect to hear from you, and then she said she had to go to the woods. I don't know. She didn't give me very many details. Bad things were coming. Expect to hear from you. What's going on?
When was she here? Like, how long ago?
In the morning, was it? No, last night. The previous evening. She got here late. She just appeared. Normally, she doesn't appear if we don't invite her, but she seemed pretty upset, and she starts kind of escorting y'all to like away from the bar and into like the back area where you see her always like go back to work and everything. She seemed flustered, not good. For what I understand about dryads, they don't tend to get flustered. And 2, she was injured. She was
not good. Okay.
Not looking good.
There is an army of those pig people and worse heading towards town. We need to get all of the people out of town and to the dryads as quickly as possible. And I don't know how to do that, but the rest of my party is running around town talking to as many people as we can, warning everybody. So whatever you can do to help, but we need to get out of town.
Al, that's correct. She wasn't injured. Army, our army on our town. We are a small. What does an army want to do with us?
We don't know, but it's the. Do you remember the pigs folk at the carnival or the tent or whatever we had?
I know the stories.
It's that and worse, and there's more than 100 of them coming. We can't deal with this. Your little army barracks group can't deal with this. You need to get your family and your kid and everybody out of town.
But the pigs. There was the squealing and the all around us. Wait, are you saying we're surrounded? Are they?
No, they're coming from the west.
Okay.
Like I need to warn the town, so I need you to like.
Well, you need to go to Navari. You need to go to Navari. You need to go to Navari. You need to go to Navari.
Okay, where's Navari?
In a broken loop. She's like, Mayor, I'll take you. We'll go right now. Hopefully she's there. And Marb is just hands crossed, just nodding and agreeing with everything you're saying. He's like, "Yep, that's right."
Yeah, he might lose. It seems like he might lose patience with the looping bit, but other than that, he'll probably just sit back and watch.
She says, "Okay, give me 2 seconds. I need to tell Django, but I also don't want everyone to panic like I'm about to panic. Oh God, my son, corny."
You need to send people home to gather things. Like we don't have time to run to her and then come back and then stuff. Like you got to get him to deal with the people in your tavern while we go talk to her.
Okay, he'll come up with something. Okay, and you see her. She scuttles over to the bar, kind of like just gets right behind and into his left ear. Just kind of says, you can't read his lips, but you get the sense that she's telling him something. And Marb would have noticed that, his demeanor changes pretty quickly. Then he corrects himself, and he says, you can kind of see him turn to his wife, says, "Okay." And then as you guys are leaving, escorting y'all out to the front door, you get the beginnings of Django saying, "All right, folks, I got some bad news. The mushrooms we got tonight from the forest, they're the wrong type. They will make you violently ill. Do not eat that." And he just kind of goes over and you just hear them slap a plate. He's like, "Please go home. We'll take care of this. Just please, everything else is on us. Just get," and then y'all head out. 5 or 6 patrons were in there at the time, and you guys are escorted from the Fox Den over to the largest singular building that's part of the town square, which is the mayoral patch. And Janetta just starts knocking on the door frantically, in a sense. There's a simple, picketed fence with some greenery and some vines growing on it, a nice little wooden archway kind of leading up to it. There doesn't seem to be the need for any guards, in a sense, as this is a sleepy kind of nice town. And she just kind of goes up to the door and just starts banging, trying to get some attention. and we'll swing back to y'all in a moment.
Okay.
Davis, Dregnar, and Gustav all have successfully beelined it through the spark fields on the outskirts of town, kind of weaving, or not weaving, but threading between the town and the forest. And y'all are approaching kind of the rear side of the barracks.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, so as soon as we get there, hey, where's Meeker? We need to talk to him.
So you get in. There's that clerk, a different individual this evening. He says, Meeker's in his office. Do you need me to? Why do I need to get him?
I'm walking straight to the office.
Hey, you can't go. Okay, and
I just say, "Watch me" as we walk by.
Yeah, and I'll be like, "Hey, Dregnar, if he tries to do anything, just make sure he doesn't."
Okay, and you just see Dregnar kind of pop his knuckles and grin. He's like, "You're staying here, boy."
Yeah, let's go straight to the office.
Okay, so y'all don't know where his office is, so you kind of go, and you've been here.
I'll just
twice.
call out his name. I'll be like, Meeker, we need to talk.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, he hears you. He's like, "I'm in my office.
We'll be right there."
You can kind of give me. No, it's easy enough. You follow his voice, and you go through the center, and then just like where you went to the right originally to go outside, where the calf's body was.
Mm-hmm.
His is on the left-hand side, like further down. It's not that fancy of an office. It's not that fancy of a place. It's more of like for function. Yeah. There's a simple wooden door. You grab the handle on it, pull open, and you have Meeker sitting behind a oaken, wooden desk. Looks at you and says, "What do you, Davis and Gustav? Y'all are back. What happened in the swine fields?"
Yeah, sorry to barge in like this. I wish it could be under better conditions, but...
Y'all barged in. He kind of rolls over and he's like, "They're fine. Don't worry about it." Okay, what's up?
Yeah, we got this. Okay, so yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of time to waste. We unfortunately are bringing bad news. We were able to go through the swine fields. We learned some things, and unfortunately what we learned is not good. The town is in pretty bad danger, and there is a large army of the swine. You remember the swine folk that we fought over here? Think of that. Think of like 3 or 4 times more powerful, and 20 to 30 times the number that we saw there tonight, or last night, 2 nights ago, whenever it was.
You're saying how would there be
there's
an
100+ army? Yeah, that's what's been going on down there. That's what the swine fields is. There's the whole operation of creating this army, getting this army together, and it seems to be intent on coming here now. We ran past them on their way up here, risking our lives in the process, just to come to warn you guys that we need to probably get the hell out of town. I think that's probably the safest thing. We've worked with the Dryads. I don't know how familiar you are with them, but we think the safest course of action is for you to get as many people as you can, as quick as you can, out of town, out of the path of this behemoth force that's coming, and just into some safer place where we might have a better chance of either ignoring them, evading them entirely, or maybe defending against them. I know it's a lot to think about, but we don't really have a lot of time to think about it either. If we're going to do
not
this,
a lot to think
we
about.
need to get the town out of here.
It makes sense.
We're here to do whatever we can to get the town, get them out of here. We don't want to see any bloodshed. We don't want to see your town, we don't want to see any people lost. We want to get you guys safe.
He says, if there is an army coming here, there will inevitably be some bloodshed.
Not if there's nobody for them to fight.
Well, they'll probably continue their march, no? You do understand, Volpine, the city is a few, during the day is, multiple hundreds of people. Maybe on a really busy, market day, morning, we might get to about 1,000, right? Volpine as a cityscape we're 12 miles or so of ranches. There's people spread out.
Then it sounds to me like you need to start sending out riders right now to get those people out of here.
I mean, if we can act now and save the people here in town immediately, we should do that. But yes, whatever else we need to do to get the people around safe, let's do that, but not at the cost of, hundreds, if not thousands of lives here in town. They may be safe in their ranches, in their little secluded houses themselves. We know that this force is coming here now. We don't know where they're going after that. We got to deal with what's here, what's coming for sure now. Beyond that, we can deal with that later.
And you're certain they're coming to Vulpine and not heading up to Whitlaw? Whitlaw is a much larger, is what you would want to take. No, we're just a ranching town.
Add a character, are we sure?
Not necessarily, but I'd say the fact that there's a giant army marching around anywhere nearby warrants some response.
All right, so I'll let you go ahead.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, it'll basically relate more or less that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you really want to take the chance on them going somewhere else?
Yeah,
no.
Take it from Gustav. He's seen this kind of shit happen before, and it ain't happen. It ain't pretty.
No, and yes, you're right. I've seen this shit before too. It's not pretty at all. But God.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like again, we're just trying to bring solutions, not problems. That's all. That's what we're trying to do here.
Okay. No,
whatever
you're right.
you need from us to help get the town rallied to get out into safety, let's do it.
I was hoping for more time. I sent riders to some of the surrounding.
That's great.
Some sort of backup.
If there's any way to, so is there any way to signal like the town is closed when they come back? Is there any sort of signal to put up that like it's not safe here? Then we should probably do that.
We'll probably have to set some of the non-important buildings ablaze.
Wow. Okay.
It's you want to make it look uninhabitable.
I was just hoping for like a white flag somewhere, but you do whatever is needed.
White flags get ignored, son.
All right.
That's in books. You want people not coming to a town. You make it look like they don't want to come into town.
Yeah, I wish it didn't have to come to that, but it may very well, and I wouldn't ask you lightly, but I think that it may come to that.
He is kind of a moron, dude. You don't want to go with his plan?
You're not here. You're not here.
Oh, I wish you were here to insight check him, Grant. Trust me.
I'm not. I assume he's just gonna go along with whatever you say.
No, he's all right. So we need to get with Navari. She's better at talking to the people.
Okay.
I need to get my men.
So is there any way? Is there like an alarm or something in town that we can like let people know danger is coming to get to safety? And if there is there a way to tell them that safety is not here in town?
Yeah, we'll ring the bells. We'll let people know that there's a town to get to the town square.
Or anybody else to get the word out. However we get.
We might need you got a voice on you. You gonna run down these streets?
Oh, I'd love to. I mean, you may have seen my performance. Did you see my performance when I was here?
I don't care about your performance.
No, it was great. It was great. You missed out. Yeah, no, I've got a set of pipes here, buddy. I can make some noise. Let's do it.
All right.
So, is there any specific things that I should be saying? I mean, this is not a familiar voice for these people. That may.
No, and he's like going through, and he grabs like essentially like a sheriff's badge, but in this case, it's a Vulpine. It's a Verdant Cause crest.
Okay.
It's a metal
insignia of some sort.
Insignia of that the flower of Kled, the golden flower of Kled. Yes. He gives it to you. He just says, "Put this on. It'll make you look like a Verdant Cause representative."
Just hold it up and bellow at the
Fine.
top of my lungs.
Bellow, say, town hall town square meeting. Navari's got something to say.
We need to go.
Go.
Okay, well, if we want to do that, that's fine. We can quickly meet, but then we gotta go. I don't know how much time we have. I think by our reckoning,
it's the best way to get people in one place.
And yeah, we want them calm, so we don't want them just panicking and running. But yeah, so that's a good idea. Good job, Beaker. You're doing well under pressure here.
Yeah, he's like, wow, and he looks eyes into like at Gustav. He's like, some of us know this.
I hope to not know it
all too well. I hope you never have to know this type of situation too. And he goes to,
And
you
I'm
know,
off. Yeah, as soon as we
yeah.
I'm gonna be like town hall, just bellowing as loud.
Yeah.
As I can.
Give me a performance check.
Yes, I knew.
Gustav, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'll go along to help gather folks.
Okay.
Knock heads together if people give him lip. That kind of thing.
When you guys are leaving, you see Dregnar. He's just sitting on the guard that was giving him a little bit of trouble. And he says, "We leaving?" And, okay. Sorry, buddy. Kind of pats him on the ass and gets up.
And I'll be like, sorry, we had to just blow by there, buddy. As I'm like booking it out.
25 per turn. Okay,
No
yeah.
worries, Dregnar,
plus 7,
says
baby.
Gustav, looking at the guard. Some people just have no manners.
So 25 performance check. Yeah, you guys have actually traveled this little like road section leading from the Spark Fields to the old district, so you're pretty familiar with where some of the buildings are, and you're seeing where some of the establishments have the lights on. Not everything lights, has torchlight and everything. So you're not wasting your time in some of the darker areas, but as you're traveling, you're saying, get to the town square. Navari's got a meeting. Get to the town square. Navari's calling a meeting. And
this is not optional. Everybody must attend. It's a very important. Let's go. The verdant cause
exactly.
Requires it.
All right, and then as that's going on, you actually get to this junction here, and you see Grant and Al.
They probably hear me coming before they see me.
Yeah. So Grant, Al, and the individual that still has not been identified, that seemed to be a little bit slightly higher stature from the outpost, it's escorted on. Al, Grant, you hear Davis's voice.
Like, get to the town square, immediate town hall meeting.
I
And
think he's actually official, Al.
People are actually listening. Like,
yeah, if anybody comes up, like, while I'm doing, just hold the thing in their face and just keep bellowing, like, never address them directly.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming they heard me and I haven't seen them.
They're coming up to you, and then you're heading more up into the old district, and Al and Grant, you just see your half-orc friend booking it north through town, just repeating the same message over and over again. And then as you look,
they're holding up something, you don't know what.
And as you look, you see Gustav and Dregnar as people are walking from buildings along the path that he must have taken, just pointing people, kind of ushering them, like, let's go, let's go.
He's not kidding.
Right.
Yeah, let's go.
Huh. Looks like they got through to Meeker, getting everyone organized.
I like the screaming part. I think I can help by screaming. And he's gonna cast Thaumaturgy and
God.
Not chase right behind Davis, but he's gonna look for like an alternate route to the left over there.
Yeah, like I'll go this
and
way.
throw repeating.
I'll go this way.
All right, yeah. So Davis will go like this. You'll come up this alley over here, and then get Al performance.
As soon as I hear Al, I'm like, what the hell? Whatever. I can't do anything about that now. I gotta go.
Yeah. Al performance check with at advantage because you got the Thaumaturgy going. Please and thank you.
Meh.
What'd you get?
13.
13? Okay.
You're the singer for a reason.
Yeah.
That's right.
You...
Stick to the loot, boy.
Oh, God.
Red alert, guys! We gotta get going.
Hurry, please.
Right.
Please.
You're
Come on,
you're
guys.
picking up on the message that Davis has been, and you're just kind of emulating it and copying it. And
Are
by
you
the
holding up nothing?
yeah, he's got nothing to hold up.
He's definitely holding up his hand like he's like it means business.
Gotcha. People are listening to you, but you can see that maybe the urgency, but the amount of people that are coming out is less. Maybe you've gotten to an area that has less people right now, but you're still helping.
You're actually driving some of them.
It must be less people.
Yeah. It's unrealistic to assume that you would get everybody. So I just realized that my Volpine handout got deleted. What the hell? Makes me sad. Okay. Because I was going to try to help y'all with some information, but whatever. Is it in and about?
I mean, I see and about. Are you looking about like for the map or something, or what are you looking for? I see some handouts.
I see about. Is that what it is? Okay, there it is. Perfect. Yeah.
That's
All
all
right. I just want to make sure that it live. So yeah. So right now at this time of day, there's probably 600 people guesstimating that call Volpine home. Right. The rough population of about 6,000 are spread out through the ranches and the 12-mile or so area known as the Volpine Ranches. So you'll definitely get a cluster of people. You'll definitely get some attention. Yeah, so people are starting to flow out and all that. As the group has kind of half gathered and made calls, Roque, the door does swing open, and a Earth Genasi individual is there and looks down, well, sees you, and then looks down and sees the source of the commotion of Janetta banging on the door, and she looks up and says, I need to talk to Navari now. This is important. And for a little halfling woman who owns a tavern, an inn, she seems to carry some weight here, and the Genasi just kind of says, yes, come in. And Janetta knows where to go. She just runs in and starts heading through the manor. Marb's going to follow.
Say Marb is going to case the joint or follow.
I'm with her. I'm running in with her.
So you walk in, and it's the same similar kind of constructed theme of everything. It's a nice establishment. Things for show, obviously, but by no means is it lavish. Kind of like that rustic ranch style. You do find the stairs. You run up, and you go up, and you just hear Janetta calling out, "Navari, where are you at, Navari?" And you get a call back, and as she's going up, you hear the voice coming from downstairs, and Janetta spins back around, just slides by y'all, and keeps running down as you follow. And she knows where she's going, and lo and behold, Navari is actually like in what appears to be her office space, and Navari says, Janetta, what? You can't come barging in here. We're friends, but what? And Janetta starts saying, the Roque and the Marb, they said, we're in danger. I don't know what to do. I tried to make sure that my tavern wouldn't panic. I told Django to get the people out to get home, but I don't know what's going on. Can you please tell her what you told me, because I think I'm going to faint.
Yeah, pig army coming, like over 100 of them. We need to evacuate the town now. Go to the Dryads. It's like we gotta go. Like move, like now. Like pack your stuff and let's go.
She kind of, she's sitting there, and her desk is fitted and sized for a halfling individual, and so she looks at you, Roque, and seems to be kind of like trying to read you. And she says, well, Grissa was in bad shape. We'll need to go. I was hoping that I don't know what I was hoping. Come with me. And she quickly kind of hops out of her chair, escorts, kind of starts heading out, and she actually goes up the stairs and takes you too. And when you get up there, you see Grissa lying in bed, and you see that she's like been attended to in a sense. Give me a medicine check, Mr. Tortle. And give me a roll for Marb as well.
For medicine?
16 plus 1, 17.
17.
13 plus 3, 16 total.
All right, both. So you guys see, her elegant form is lying, not covered, but lying on a nice bed. She doesn't necessarily have bandages wrapped, but she does seem to have some essentially like vegetable or vegetation like matter, right? Kind of patched on in certain areas. And Roque, without kind of really thinking about it, you kind of go over and maybe kind of like peel a little bit of like one of the wrappings off, and you see it's not so much that she was like pummeled or cut or that, but there seems to be just like these fissures that have formed in her being. Like her skin is like almost like ruptured in a sense, and it's these deep lying, again, like I said, they use the word fissures, these cuts, these gore, but they're not like from a blade, they're not like even from a claw. It's almost like they have like an unnatural like edges to them and everything. And she's breathing very softly.
She conscious?
When you kind of approach her, Ari's on the other side, and a very low like whispers like, Grissa, Grissa, Grissa. And she gets a little frustrated. She's like, Grissa! And she opens her eyes and she's like, yeah. And Sylvan, so you understand it. Yeah? What is it, my friend? She just kind of...
Yeah, I'll ask her, what happened and how can I help? Can I heal you or what can I do to help you here?
She very, with a soft voice says, traveling through the woods, they learn to make it dangerous for us. They would mark the trees, and if we picked the wrong tree, it would hurt. And she... Give me a Arcana check. Marb's not trained in it, so just give me an Arcana check, Mr.
18 plus 7.
Jesus. Okay. 18 plus 25? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, when she says they mark the tree, and that you on a couple occasions had seen the boars rutting against the trees.
Yeah.
And some of the trees had also gotten the ooze, right? The corruption in them. What you understand of the teleportation is that you, for a brief instant, are part of the tree, part of the plant as you're traveling through the network that makes up the, to use a DC term, the green. And then potentially when she was, like what she was saying was when she was traveling through, wasn't being cautious. She was just taking the fastest route she probably could. And she probably encountered multiple of these marked trees that had damaged her in a sense. And she's in a pretty bad state. She's not falling apart, and you can see that someone had attended to her, and there had to be some magical healing involved as well. Also, you're smart enough to realize that if there were trees that were marked this far up, you remember the one that Al found way up in the northern portion, up at the Ranch 44, when you went to go see the Plain Scout, that there might be swine camped out in different areas, like little detachments maybe, or they've been patrolling and not being noticed or something. Like some semblance of preparation might have been done. where the ranches, the swine fields themselves were able to be warded off, making it difficult for the Fey folk, the Dryads and the Guardians, to realize that what's going on and even enter there. While they couldn't necessarily spread that influence and that barrier that far, they could still take some sort of precautions to hinder the protectors of this area. And the last thing that you gather, since you rolled 18, is while the army of the Verdant Cause may not be that strong and that potentially powerful, the sense that you got when you saw that one Guardian, they probably can do some work. And the Dryads that got ambushed when you ran into Pan, there were no Guardians there. They weren't able to enter that. So a lot of extra bonuses since you rolled. You were just supposed to determine magical cost. But you started chaining things together. Your turtle brain. So Grissa magically healed. Grissa not doing well. There seemed to be some sort of preparation to try to thwart the Dryads and the Guardians, as the barrier could not be extended this far. Good job, Mr. Wizard.
Okay, is there anything, I'll ask Gustav, is there anything I can do to help you? Because we need to get you out of town. We need to get everybody out of town.
She and Sylvan will say, Navari needs to take her people to the Foxwoods. They will be sheltered. What'd you say?
What about you? What can I do for you?
I will only slow you down, but
I will not leave you behind. You got hurt coming here for us. So I will not leave you.
Navari pipes in and says, Grissa, you're being stupid again. You're leaving with my town to your woods. And you can kind of see like the impatience of Navari. And she's already starting to like kind of pull on her hand a little bit, trying to coax her to sit up and everything. She's just like, the healing you got is keeping you together. You'll be fine. We've been through worse. Marb doesn't know what's going on. He's just listening, and y'all are talking Sylvan, and he's just like,
oh, you're talking Sylvan the whole time? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That would drive Marb nuts.
Yeah.
Marb is quite literally like going through some of like just the room and like opening little drawers.
He just starts stabbing Grissa in the chest. What the fuck are you saying?
I came here for murdering.
He's
like, this didn't work on your Guardian. Does it work on you?
Yeah.
I'll turn to Marb and be like, Marb, take the Navori and
Grissa?
I'll handle Grissa. I'll be like, I'm gonna help Grissa start getting everybody out of this house and find the others, and I'm gonna help Grissa, and we'll meet up.
So where are you sending Marb?
With Navari to like start gathering the townsfolk and look for the rest of you guys.
She'll look at Navari. Will look at Marb and be like, Marb, or she'll be, you look like you need something to do. So do this. And she says, go gather the people. I need to have them in my town square. Just go run through, say, town hall meeting, town square meeting. Navari's calling for it. Please.
And technically, he can literally say that in her voice.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why wouldn't he do that? Just run around town saying town hall meeting in Navari's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know that he'd be willing to do it so much, and not much gusto to it. Probably.
I mean, he's usually excited to imitate people. So.
Okay, good. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and I'd be like, my bird died for you. Just get this one right.
Wow.
Ow.
And he's
Okay.
not bitter about it at all.
But point of order, yeah, I typed in the chat, like, at some point the bells will be, like, the whatever alarm that...
Will eventually start,
okay.
yeah.
I just want to make sure that was part of the
Yeah.
time.
They haven't started the bells yet because it hasn't been, like... He's probably, like, he's waiting to see what the turnout is, in a sense.
Oh.
There's, like, a decent amount. If it gets bad, then he'll do it, but he doesn't want to induce panic.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or anything like that.
I will keep Grissa wrapped up in whatever she's kind of. You said she was wrapped up in something there.
Yeah.
I will carry Grissa.
Actually, you're trained in nature too. Jeez, are you like the perfect thing for this?
Probably.
He's not in medicine. Okay, so he's trained in nature. He's trained in arcana. Okay, so yeah, Roque, you are.
He's perfect right up until he tries to eat her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of you, chomp.
Yeah. So you definitely, from the conversation, she did receive some magical healing, as you also discerned, and now Navari confirmed it. You don't know the source of it, but whoever did this utilized their understanding of natural remedies and some sort of more like divine magics to apply potent healing salves and other things, more specifically for the anatomy and of a dryad than it would be like you. This is like specifically made for helping a fey creature in a sense.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, the butler and her will also help you kind of get Grissa and you and take her and carefully do that. Navari's walking with y'all, and she kind of steps into another building, and you see her. She emerges. She's got a wooden like club affixed to one side of her belt, and then she's got a shield that she's adorned to her back, and she's just kind of getting ready to, I guess, give a speech of some sort. And Marb is already gone, and you just kind of you just hear Navari's voice echoing through the town square. Cool.
Yeah. I'll just carry her out and wait in the town square for hopefully everybody to meet up.
Okay.
And I'll do what I can to. Well, no, my arms are busy, so I won't be doing anything.
Okay.
I'm carrying Grissa. I can't do anything else.
Gotcha. Let's say 15-ish or so minutes pass, and there's actually a rather fair assembly in the large town square. As you hear Davis's voice billowing, Gustav just kind of waving people. Dregnar, more like in an intimidating fashion, shoving people, like, let's go faster. And you also, at one point, you see Meeker show up, and there's some cause members coming in, and you basically have a gathering of sorts in this area. Janetta, Django, all of them.
Bunch of people.
One thing.
Mushroom sickness.
Yeah, right. One thing that Navari will say as you guys are coming down to Roque is best not let the town folks see how bad she's doing. And she says, take the alleys, and she kind of walks out. Go with Janetta, get to the back of the fox den. We'll meet you there. You understand me?
Yeah.
Don't let anyone see how bad she's doing.
Okay.
Roque, Janetta, and Grissa are in the fox den, and you basically have 500 or so of the individuals of the potential 600, let's say, that have gathered. You see as just kind of groups of Verdant Cause members.
I guess as soon as I see Navari, I would just approach her and be like, "Hey, so did our friends, bring you up to speed on what's happening here? Let you know what the plan is."
Yeah,
So you
Chris,
agree we should probably get into the woods as quickly, safely, but as quickly as we can. I think.
Chris is set to take him to the woods.
Okay.
I agree.
Then that seals. So she's here. Okay, great, good. Okay.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay. So she's gonna come with us as well. Where is she?
She's at the Fox Den resting.
Oh, okay. I mean, a quick nap maybe, but we gotta get going. So.
Not that type of resting.
Do I understand what she means when she says that?
You can insight check her if you want.
That's just very cryptic to me. So, 8.
Not that type of resting.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not taking a nap. And you, as the gather, Meeker makes his way up to. There's not like a podium or anything. There's not anything like that. There's honestly there might be some. We'll just do like a classic, water fountain-esque in the center, where they pump water all the time, and that just happens to be elevated a little bit. And
if there's like a bit of rabble or something, I'll do like a big loud whistle or something to try and grab everybody's attention.
There's a bit of rabble. What?
If there's like a murmur or something, people aren't paying attention, I would just be like, "Hey."
Yeah, gotcha. Navari makes her way and just kind of up as high as she can, and Meeker kind of joins her up at the side, and she says, "People of Alpine, my family that trusts me so much, we have bad news." When she says bad news, there's always that.
Yeah.
And then Meeker kind of puts his hand up and brings it down kind of to settle people, and he says, "We've got word from the south, over not too far from here, that a threat is marching on our homes. A threat that is too large for us to take care of on our own. We need to leave Volpine. We need to head for shelter. Word has been sent for help, but it won't arrive in time." And there's a male voice that chimes in, is like, "How can there be a threat so close and no one knew about it?" And then some people start kind of joining in. "Yeah, how can you say that there's a threat that's knocking on our door?" And
if it keeps going, I'll be like, "Let her speak."
Yeah. And Meeker chimes in and says, God, what would he say? He's like, "The threat came from further south than we expected. If we want to keep this town alive, we need to listen to Navari. My men will stay to the end, once everyone is safe in the woods. But we need to leave tonight." And then a couple people chime in and says, like, "Well, what about the others? What about the other few thousands that live amongst the ranches? How will they know what's going on?" And again, Navari chimes in and just says, "We'll send word. We have honey, we have a few scouts that can go out to the main roads, find the trails, send word to avoid Vulpine, to head to the woods if you can, make it to Carver, make it to Whitlaw, and wait for word to return. Anyone saying anything, chiming in, just listening? You can see that while Navari is speaking, everyone listens.
Okay.
So there might be some rebuttals and some rumors and some, rattling, but for the most part, they listen to her. For someone that's so small, she's got a big personality, a big persona about her. She says, so, you guys, I give everybody, and she's kind of looking up at the sky, at the moon and the stars at this point. You got 2 hours to gather as much as you can, but don't take what you don't need.
And make sure to pack lightly. We gotta make haste, and we don't know how long we're gonna be there.
As Davis speaks, some people kind of, as you've been chiming up everywhere, interrupting or raising your voice every once in a while, some people are starting to notice and just looking at that, and one of them will be like, "Who's this traveler giving?" And
I've seen the danger that's coming. I'm one of the people, one of the crew of people that brought word. It'd be really nice if we had a team name here. I'm one of the guys who we've seen the Force. It is not something that we can withstand, but luckily, we've been able to rally you guys in time. I think we have enough time. We made haste here as quickly as we could. We have time to prepare and just get to safety. I don't know that they're going to be intelligent or vindictive enough to try and seek out the other ranches. I think just Vulpine proper here is the concern at the moment, and so we can just weather that storm. We can figure out what to do next. So, again, back lightly. Hopefully it blows over quickly. We're here to help.
One of the female voice rises up and says, "But why Vulpine?"
I'm sorry, I don't know. All I know is what I've seen, and that's the Force coming to this town probably before the next dawn.
As you say, before the next dawn, there seems to be a little bit more, not, let's say, panic, like widespread urgency, yeah. The energy gets a little bit, there's more of a buzz of energy, and people realizing that they need to go. Just because I guess everyone's trained in perception, can y'all give me perception checks as you're in the crowd? And go ahead and roll for Marb as well. He gets his double proficiency.
Oh, okay,
That
so
doesn't include me, right? Because I'm like...
All of us,
Yeah.
all of us, or just Davis?
Okay.
Everybody but Roque.
I only got 11, so not
Yeah.
great.
23, 15, 17, 22, so far. Okay, cool. Dregnar didn't roll high enough. Davis and Brant, you do start to see maybe some individuals that you haven't seen in town yet, but they seem to be of the maybe more of a calm demeanor to what's going on. Maybe they have some experience. Maybe they.
Yeah, I'll point up as hey, so for those of you who can, assist if you are ready to go, and you don't need to bring much. Help your neighbor, help your friend. Try and let's get everybody going as quickly as we can, but safely, securely. Make sure don't forget any. If you have any loved ones, make sure they're aware. But again, quickly, but with so just be mindful.
So a few individuals that stand out in a sense to you two that you'll notice is there is not a young, but in his early adulthood, there's a Goliath male, bald head, hairless face, dark gray skin tones, but he's wearing like smithing clothing, so some padded clothing, some like a leather apron. You guys rolled high enough, and he's got some very intricate flame tattoos, starting from his hands, covering his fingers, going up to his forearms and everything. And there's also a female dwarven figure, wild red hair. She's kind of like in work clothes as well, of different leathers and fabrics, and she's got some furs upon.
So
and
who
she's
knows?
just
Me and
this would be Grant and Davis.
so say, yeah,
They
you
don't
there.
look like regular villagers, right? They look like
They look
avatars,
like
maybe.
they actually the way that they're positioned in town, you're not sure, but they seem more. They don't seem to be like with that nervous energy that others are having. Maybe they're experienced in some way. Maybe they trust Navari in some way. But they seem, to be here.
I'll be like, hey, I don't know where your house is or anything, but if you're already ready to go, then maybe you can assist some others. I don't know what you do. If you can bring anything to help other people get into the forest quickly, we need to go, but we can't just be standing around. So let's go.
Are you talking to female dwarf or
whoever's closest, really? Because they're together, right?
They're standing kind of in the same area.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just point to you two and
Okay.
say, hey, you two.
The female dwarf kind of smiles and says, "No,
Actually,
we gotta
I'll point at him with my glaive just to give it a little bit of a not menacing, but like some gravity."
Okay. She says, put the stick away, boy.
Stick. This is a fine weapon. And I'll hold it out and be like, hey, see? I've been told it's really nice.
As the light kind of catches it, she's like, actually, yeah, I don't want to know how you got that.
We can talk about it once we get out of town.
We got supplies over at my shop. Looks like we're gonna need it.
Yeah, bring what you can.
No, you're helping me bring it, so we have supplies for everyone leaving this town. You and your friends seem capable enough. You seem to not have any stake here. Thank you for helping. So continue helping. We're going to my shop. We're taking supplies.
I'm trying to think of how I'm going to react to this. I'll say, Grant, can you... What do you think?
We're from here. If you're going to help, my people need supplies. Let's go. She doesn't even wait.
Yeah, Grant, I'm intrigued, but I'm curious to hear what you say.
Davis, no, you keep the people rallied. The muscle will go grab. So I grab the dwarf and I guess grab Gustav, and we're gonna go help haul some shit.
Excuse me, I'm really fucking strong, you guys.
Yes, but you're the one. You're talking to people.
I
so
am a talker at this point.
Personality is one of your things.
And
let the actor pretend
Not to flex,
to be.
But I'm way stronger than you.
You actually are, huh?
I'm way stronger than you.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily know that. But you have a sense of it. But also,
that's fine. At that point, I'm like, okay.
So I guess add your tokens. So she's gonna lead y'all down to this area right now. So whoever wants to, you said whoever's going here. I think
the muscle go.
The muscle group will go down here. As she starts walking away, that Goliath individual just has this grin on his face and says, "That's old Sternhammer for you. Nah, my boss wouldn't help like that. But I'll make sure that people get out of here. We'll get them into the woods." And he just, as you're looking at him, he seems out of place in that you haven't seen very many Goliaths around. And just the attire, there's that sort of that stereotype that is out there of the Goliaths of being rugged and maybe not at like common place in a lot of civilization, but he's got like, proper blacksmithing uniform on. Hands are sooted and dirtied, so he's working probably this entire time. Possibly was interrupted by you yelling. Came out and he's like, thanks for helping. And he starts kind of gathering some people and starts kind of walking them, ushering them up back towards the old district, probably where they're from. And he's probably going to help. And then Meeker and some of the cause members, Meeker calls out and says, get the carts. We need to load them up, help the people get things out. We only got a few hours, so let's do this right. Do this proper. All right, Roque, in the Fox Den, it's just you, Django, Corny, their son, and Grissa is, they just kind of made that haystack that Marb was sleeping in that one night. You just kind of lay her down in that same area, and she's just laying, kind of breathing lightly. Django is getting some water and some things, just kind of getting, to accompany, to tend to her in a sense, offering it to her, but she says, no, thank you. And then she says to him, in common, we're going to the woods. Make sure your son is ready. And you kind of, while you're in the Fox Inn, because you're so close to the square, you hear, some of the discussions and some of the voices being carried. I guess my question to that is, what does the group want to do? Like how, I know some of the muscle is going to go help that Sternhammer's. Marb will just basically be like on autopilot for now. Al, Davis, Gustav.
Probably just helping out with the physical labor stuff. It's kind of in Gustav's wheelhouse.
All right, cool. So I'll just send you over to Sternhammer's as well.
Yeah.
So he's legit one of the muscle group, not like the rest of you.
So yeah, as you get to Sternhammer's, it is a large supply store. It's a general store here. There is a bit of everything here. Tools, supplies, torches, even just some like basic healthcare things. There's bundles of what do you call it? Hazel twigs, which are used, to kind of keep the mouth clean and refresh it. There's brush lights for some immediate sources of light. There's all manner of anything that y'all could possibly need in a ranching town. And I guess you're just helping Sternhammer and her crew just load up some carts, load up as everything goes, get supplies ready to go to the woods. Roque, you're nursing, you're helping make Grissa doesn't anything bad happens. The Verdant Cause members are seeing people going with some of them to their homesteads and helping gather things, even carrying some of the stuff for the older people that tend to live more in town. And at some points, the Al, Davis, and Marb would have seen that Meeker had a few light, Verdant Cause members that are just in cloaks come, and he's just giving them, papers and handing them little documents, and they're jumping on horseback and just riding out of town, potentially to send word.
Can I see if I see Alexandra anywhere?
Sure. Perception check.
Sure. Oh shit! Yeah, 19 plus 4. I say. Yeah, 23.
You've scouted the area. She's not in the town hall meeting. You do, however, see the one dwarven individual, Cam, who's one of the other main ranch owners.
Oh, that's nice.
So But no, Alexandra, if you recall, went back home to her ranch.
Ah, okay. But yeah, I'll just be like, hey, Cam, no, you should get going. Like, since you're the one person that I know here.
He's like, I know. Oh, yeah. Well,
Stay safe, man.
Why does there have to... I came here to... And he just starts spouting,
Look,
like,
we're not here to, be a problem for you. We're trying to help you out here. So just go get safe.
No.
Let's go. We don't have time
Yeah.
to cry about what's going on. We just need to get ready and go.
He's like, well, as you're saying that, he's like, did you ever find out what happened to our...
We'll discuss later. Yes, we think we did. There's still a little bit more work to be done, but I'll give you a little preview. Part of what may have gone missing is maybe constituting what's coming towards you right now.
You're saying these good-for-nothing pigs took my...
I'm saying they might be your plains cows. Parts
What?
of them.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. It's
What?
weird. Oh yeah. I'm trying not to do it now. No, let's not freak out and let's not spread rumors. But
Whatever you're on, I'll need some of that later. He just starts walking towards his, because if you recall, I don't remember, but he actually seems to have a establishment here as well in town.
oh, okay.
So him and some of his escorts are going to go over there, some of his hired hands. So I guess fast playing it, if no one has anything that they really want to do or interact with, talk to anyone, you guys are helping the town gather their supplies. You saw some riders head out. You haven't necessarily heard or seen any influence of the you haven't heard or seen the influence of the army yet. You also haven't decided where y'all are going to meet up. So good luck. What do you guys want to do at this point?
I mean, my main focus would just be helping all the people get ready. That's it.
Okay. Physically, or how you help?
Yes, so if they're loading up carts or something like that, I mean, first I'll be like, hey, we don't have time to load up an entire cart. Let's keep it light.
Mhm.
Da 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 da.
Hey, athletics check.
Okay.
Muscle crew, give me athletics check as you're helping.
Oh shit, yeah, 26. Natural 20.
Okay.
Natural 20 on it.
Oh damn! Fine.
Critically failed my athletics check, so that's fun.
Oh no. Okay, so critical fail for you is
Throw it
I
my
guess I
back,
dropped
don't
something.
Throw it my back. Don't throw my. Oh god.
okay. All right, Dregnar, right? Natural 18 for Dregnar, making that a... Where's the sheet? So we got a 23, an 8, and a 7. Y'all are helping,
I got 26.
but you're on the other part.
Oh
so
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing muscle crew. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. So Davis, you're
We're playing so.
by all means, you're expediting. You're grabbing 2 or 3 bundles of whatever
I'm
and
yoking
loading
up
them at a
carts
time.
as I do it, and yeah.
Yeah. Al, what are you doing during this time?
I'm gonna see if Marb knows where. Wait, did Navari tell Davis where Krista was, or just that she was resting?
Nah, I was just confused.
Just resting.
But not that kind of
Okay.
resting.
Then I'm gonna see if Marb knows, since him and Roque were together.
So you go to Marb. Marb goes. The green ladies and in the Fox Den with Roque. She's not looking good.
Oh crap! Well, I'm gonna go check that out. I haven't heard from Roque or Krista in a while. You wanna come? If you're not helping anybody right now.
Honestly,
I like how if Roque's out of sight for more than a minute, people will probably go see what he's doing.
I don't want to get lost again.
he's like, Marb says in Navari's voice, "Sure,"
Oh, that's terrifying.
and he just grins. His little beak, and he follows you Hey, y'all both kind of make it to the Fox Den eventually. After a few minutes, and get inside.
While they're walking over, Al's going to use a minor illusion to try to get Navari's voice. He's going to be a little off the first time, and he's going to get a little better the second time. He's like, gotcha.
Marb just kind of like, in her voice, you need practice.
No, you.
Is she Russian all of a sudden? What's going on?
All right. So Al, as you get to the den, you get in and you see Roque is sitting by Grissa, who's laying in the hay and wrapped up in some manner, trying to keep her okay. You don't really understand what's going on, but you can see that she's breathing pretty lightly or shallowly, and you got that look of some concern on Roque's face, so you can kind of read the situation and understand not necessarily the best is going on.
Hey, Roque, is there anything I can do to help out?
I don't think there's anything we can do. She's okay. I'm just this is because of us, so I'm staying with her.
Okay. We've been hanging out around the fountain. If you do need to find us, if the bell does ring, I'll try to come in this general direction, but I'll check in every, half hour or so if we don't hear anything.
Okay, yeah.
I want to know where everybody is when this.
I'm not gonna leave.
Fan.
All right. So, go ahead.
I might go back out and I was gonna flex. His muscles gonna droop. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna go help him. I need to make myself useful.
Okay. Roque is just gonna stay with. Marb is gonna stay with Roque and Grissa. He's actually going to lend a helping hand to Django, kind of getting his things ready, and we'll, short of anything, we'll fast play it and say that the allotted time has passed, and basically Meeker and his cause members, some of them are going to linger in town while the other half or so. So you guys have probably seen at this point 30 some verdant cause members. You see Sam, you see Bentley, you see Meeker, you see Jameson, Talu, or whatever his name is, Tula. And they're kind of ushering people, getting as much foot traffic in an organized manner headed to the woods, the most direct route to the woods, which is out of the spark fields and into the woods. It's pretty late. No one wants to sleep. How far into the woods do you guys want to march, or are you just kind of following the crowd? Are you guys staying in town? What do you guys think you guys want to do?
I would probably make sure, after basically, since all I'm doing up here is just making sure people get out, I would kind of stay, not till the very, very end, but more or less the way the cause members are staying, just seeing everybody out, and then I would probably make my way back down towards where I last saw everybody, and then maybe even towards this direction, since that's where I saw they were heading, just to try and find my friends.
Okay.
Before going.
All right, Gustav, Grant.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just look for where other folks are gathering and joining there. I don't know if I don't know if Meeker has set up any sort of field headquarters or something.
I'm kind of. I
You
mean,
can assist him with that.
Grant would be tempted to want to just now that everyone's out of the city,
Mm-hmm.
to just leave and head west because Simon is still his biggest concern now. But maybe leaving in the middle of the night's a little too aggressive, even for the state of mind he's in.
Gotcha. And it is, it is getting pretty dark, late, and you will eventually need rest unless if you want to push into exhaustion as well. You are, not to, be blunt, but you guys are only human in a sense.
Right.
Well, half.
Yeah.
Total, not human.
Yeah,
That's why
I
I
guess we do
said
have
it.
to
Yeah, I know.
rest eventually.
Yeah. So, and you guys already did have a pretty strenuous day. So, I guess, Roque, you're just waiting until the group leaves, in a sense, to help Grissa. Marb will be there to assist you. Al, anything come to mind?
No, I'm gonna try and. I guess I'm gonna look out the door occasionally and see if I can see any of the party.
Okay. Yeah, you do eventually see some of the party kind of gathering, maybe discussing. As y'all will be, maybe if you guys do leave, you'll be one of the last groups to leave, in a sense. And while people are leaving, some of the ones that are difficult to deal with don't seem to be the locals. They're more like the caravanners that have been stopped here. And some of them even, you do notice that some caravans, some groups just head in, take their materials and head out of the old district and leave Volpine because, well, this isn't their home. And as they're leaving, Navari asks them, just, if you see, anyone that, can help, just tell them what's happening, okay? Do that for us. Seems like some people, they nod, and a dwarven figure says, good luck, and, we hope to see you. We'll be back sometime. And they head north, leave. So, as the majority, over the course of the next hour or so, get into the woods, Navari is kind of leading the march into the woods, and you hear some people saying, "But where are we going? How will we find shelter? What if animals attack us and everything?" And Navari just is telling them, "Don't worry. We'll be okay. We got together. We're having a large group. We got torches and lights. Nothing will come after us. We're more scary than anything else that's in here."
Do we see any other dryads like Pan or any of their sisters?
Nope, not at this point. Or none of them have made their presence known. You haven't seen any guardians.
So we may ask Grissa, like, hey, is there any way to let your sisters know that we're here with them and we want to hope to be mutually helpful with one another. Like, we help keep them safe if the army comes this way, but they can also help keep us safe in case we need to defend.
Grissa and...
Or actually, I guess maybe I would say to Roque, like, is it okay if, like, can she speak?
Roque, that she can speak. She's just weak.
Okay, then yeah, then I would ask.
It's basically like, essentially it's like maybe like the best way that you can understand it, Davis, she's fighting off a really bad case of the flu or something like that, but there's also physical manifestations of it, right? So she like physically looks beat up, but the way that her like energy level is and everything, it's like she's lethargic, she's slow, she's weak, she's breathing shallowly, but she's there.
Can I attempt to heal her?
Yeah, sure. If you have any.
I do. I have 2 merit dice.
Okay, yeah. What are her?
So I'll give all
What are her
these
dice?
the moment of courage. So, what are her
D8s,
hit
okay.
dice? Whatever her hit dice are. So
I think she's a D8.
I'll roll it. Two on the merit dice plus whatever her hit die. She can use up to more.
Yeah, but So you said 2. So she heals. She didn't roll
Yeah,
very
so I
well.
mean, I'll just kind of like lean in and be like, hey, we just kind of in a warlordy way, be like, hey, like you can get back in, like we can come together and fight together, and you'll get better.
As you say that, she kind of a little grin kind of curls up on her face, and she says, there'll be a fight. But in a broken comment, she's like, we know they're coming. We can be ready.
Yeah, so whatever we can do with your sisters and whatever guardians you may be able to muster, that might be helpful if we can. Is there anything we can do to reach out to them?
We need to go to the woods, and they'll know we're there.
Aren't we already in the woods?
You might be, but like I said, she's not all there right now.
Okay. What
She's
do we?
kinda
I'll
being-
say, what do we do once we get there?
Navari knows.
So is Navari around this time?
No, y'all are like in the back, kind of keeping, kind of separated away,
Okay.
making sure that not townsfolk don't necessarily see Brissa in a bad state. Interestingly enough, I guess, y'all head into the woods. Some of the cause members are with y'all. The crowds are going. They're, like Navari was saying, as y'all are marching, nothing seems to be, approaching. Y'all are a large group of, you're a large mass of individuals heading through torches, wagons, and all that. And the woods on this area are not super, super dense, so the wagons are able to navigate a path in a sense. Eventually, I'll travel 30, 40-ish minutes in, and the woods do start getting more and more thick to the point where, or more and more dense, where maybe it'd be difficult for the wagons to start going forward, going further. And it is getting pretty late.
Yeah, I would say like, hey, Grant, Gustav, maybe you help get the wagons or something lined up as a sort of a line of defense, maybe. I don't know. You guys are better with fortifications than I am. I don't know these.
We need to have the wagons form a round shape.
Circle the wagons, one might say.
Wow, what a phrase! That's so amazing.
What a phrase! Yeah, wow. Come up with it myself. Totally original. Never before seen.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
And then I'd want to seek out Navari, being like, hey, so how do we let the So I suppose Grissa mentioned that you may have a way of letting her sisters know that basically what the situation is. I don't know how much she's been able to tell anybody, if anything, but we can be mutually beneficial to one another, I think.
She, Navari, kind of, before anything it comes, else said, she kind of looks at you, says, "Thank you to you and your
Your
friends.
group with no name.
Y'all don't
Team
have."
cool guy.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
she's
lie, Navari, we have different motivations for doing this. There was mention of some compensation that some of us are very keen to make sure we can see the end of that. But personally, I think it's just the right thing to do. We wanted to get everybody to safety.
Oh, these other guys are assholes, but I'm cool.
I'm not gonna say I don't want out of character. Yeah, I want the money too. Hell yeah.
I know. I'm saying you're deceiving her.
I'm the face. I'm not deceiving her. I'm just not telling the whole truth.
I know.
I love
I
to
know.
catch her. We just gotta kill her and take everything. It's fine.
So
Marb is picking her pocket right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
I was actually rolling to see if Marb heard you say compensation. She says, "Yeah, the promise stands. We just got to get through these
Yeah,
next."
that's not important, but yeah, we just. So how can we get? We just need to get safe now. I think we're probably okay, but I want to just make sure
Well, from what I gather, y'all immediately need rest. You've been out all day. Let us
Yeah, I could use some rest.
set up camp. I'm gonna have to. Oh, this is gonna be so interesting.
I think
They're
that
not
maybe
gonna.
played to our advantage. People, I mean, we did just kind of come in and get everybody out of town, but it is the middle of the night, and hopefully they're tired, and so maybe it's perfect time to get everybody calmed down, maybe rest. We're probably safe here for quite some time. They're not going to be looking for us here. I don't think they have any reason to come here, so we can use this to our advantage.
You're right. Okay.
But we do probably want to get Chris's sisters, Pan, and the rest of them, at least make them aware of what's going on.
You met Pan?
Yeah, Pan. I'm sorry to say we couldn't save several of her sisters, but Pan was in a bad shape. Her and about a half dozen of her sisters were basically ambushed.
Dozen.
Yeah. I'm glad we could save Pan, but she was the only one.
They took on a... Oh, no.
They were just in the middle of a field, just like in the middle of some hills, and we helped save them. That's why we knew how vicious this force is. And we felt that if we could get, the Dryads and them to a place where they're comfortable, where they're safe, maybe they'd be able to contribute more and be at less at risk, so...
The kind of generally confident big persona of Navari shrinks a little bit.
Yeah,
when
I kind of laid that on her, didn't I? Shit.
Yeah. You get the sense that Grissa didn't tell her everything, or like maybe wasn't in the state to tell her everything. And that's the first time she got that news. She says, "Well, that's gonna make this a lot more difficult."
No, I think we're good. I think we're good here. Let's not dwell.
No, we're
let's
fine now. I was kind of hoping to put a little hurt on these things later.
Oh, I'd love
But
to.
it might
I
be...
love, and me and all my friends would love to help with that.
Yeah.
So whatever allies, you got a bunch of allies now that you didn't a couple days ago.
Okay.
Not aggressively. Yeah.
All right.
Actually, Dregnar is probably salivating too.
Yeah.
I love to kill.
I won't kill.
Oh man,
He's a pig.
All of a sudden, you just kind of see the spectrum of where Dregnar, Marb, Al, all of them are like, yeah, we like to kill things. Yeah, let's kill
they
things.
all love to kill.
Oh god. So, so the next hour or so in relative darkness, I mean, torchlight and all that to help. Maybe, Navari does seemingly have the ability to cast a light spell, so there is some of that going on. I'm just kind of gonna assume, Roque and Grant, y'all are probably helping with the light situation as well. You assemble a semblance of a large camp.
Yeah, probably like a half mile or something. Maybe not.
Yes.
It's gonna be kind of crazy.
When you think about like space, comfort, trees, and everything, it's probably about a half mile.
Yeah.
It's sprawling in a sense. Cause members are kind of posted around. Do you guys want to do anything before bed? Or...
I want to find the Sternhammers and be like, hey. So I didn't go with you guys.
Hey.
But I'm glad to see you're here. Like, very sarcastically.
It's like, of course, this is my home.
The forest is your home?
Oh, got his ass.
Got him.
Get fucking wrecked, loser.
She gave me a lip, so I'm just giving it back.
She kind of grins and says, "No, but I see how you think that."
What is that supposed to mean? Hey, did you get all your stuff here? I mean, I'm sorry I couldn't help, but I was helping literally the rest of town get all their stuff together and get in here.
Well, the rest of town appreciates.
Yeah, they're all here. We're all good. We all got our stuff.
Yeah, I got my things, which
So
are
what'd you bring?
for the town to use.
Also,
What
wait,
are
did
you
ask?
giving?
What did you ask me earlier? Where did I get this? And then I'll like show her the glaive. Like, what did you ask?
Cut her head off. Cut her head off. Cut her head off.
No, this is part of the obligatory sassing our allies section of the
Mhm.
adventure.
Yeah.
She sassed me first. All right.
Y'all are really good at testing allies.
Doesn't matter who sassed who. What matters is you have to win now.
Yeah. Yeah, with my intelligence, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah, true, fair.
Just roll an attack roll.
No, not yet.
I mean-
Wind it up and swing for the fences.
I mean, do y'all want combat this session or not? She
Thought we were
said-
taking them to safety. Ha! We're taking
Yeah,
them.
it's an
Taking the
ambush.
dead town. Fuck you.
Deadwood.
No,
No,
she'll
yeah, so
say,
what were you asking about this for? You asked where I got this?
I don't know. Yeah, she said, I don't know who you stole that from.
Whoa. This was given to me.
I borrowed it without
No.
asking. It's completely different.
You can ask. I can't remember if Navari was there or not. I think she might have been. I'll say
She was.
Navari herself arranged for me to get this, and we were able, using it, to defeat some of the foes that are coming this way. Many foes that were coming this way. Me and my allies, and I'll like point to the rest of the group. And this thing right here, and it's mine. I didn't steal it. Why would you accuse me of that? What's so special about this that makes you think that I stole it?
Look at the craftsmanship, boy. That
Seems like more of your specialty. I just swing it. I don't know what it's made of.
Man, I don't know anything about it. I just got to kill.
Pretty much.
well, if it is yours,
I'll relax the sass a
And
little bit and be
came-
like, so just tell me what you're talking about.
see, she'll say, if it is yours,
It
and
is.
you did acquire it,
If it is yours, and I'm not saying that it is.
maybe try to appreciate how well that thing is made. That is.
Yeah,
that
it
you
works
don't
really well.
see-
I've killed a couple pigs with it.
Yeah,
What do you get?
and she's kind of got a torchlight, and she's bring it
Like,
kind
why-
of closer
Am
to the
is
glare.
somebody else gonna think I stole this? Is this like
Yes.
a known stolen thing? Like, why?
No. And she kind of puts a. Is someone else gonna steal it? Think you stole it? No. Is someone that knows where that's from
Where is
gonna
it
think
from?
you stole
Where is
it?
this thing from? I got it here in town.
Are they gonna think you stole it? Absolutely. Are they gonna kick your ass? 100%.
If they can, they'll try.
Yeah. She
No, I
says,
got it here in town. So if it's stolen,
that ain't from town. That
where's
is.
it from?
And she's kind of like holding the light up to it, kind of like kind of giving you like the rundown on it. It's just like, this is a masterfully crafted dwarven weapon.
If Dregnar's nearby, I'll be
look.
like,
Just slowly look at Dregnar.
not racist.
Oh shit.
Dregnar is just gonna be like, I don't use stuff like that. Like he just shows you his hand. He's like, these are my weapons.
Did you say, are they dwarven?
This is a fist.
Yeah. And,
Are they
she
dwarven?
says, what?
The Sternhammers? Are they actually dwarven?
Yeah, she's a female dwarf.
Oh, okay. So I'll just say, did you craft this?
No, that
Oh
probably.
no, you said it's not from here. So where? Yeah, you haven't really answered my question. You just said it's dwarven. Where is it from?
If I had to guess, yeah, rolling it. She said, if I had to guess, I don't know, but that thing is really nicely done, and she's like kind of like showing you like
I
the
don't-
details. Of it.
So I mean, I don't want to say I want to roll an insight check, but I do want to roll an insight check because it's weird to me that she like,
Yeah.
I know it's not from here, but I don't know where it's from. So I
No,
don't
no,
know
she-
what's the read on her.
she's-
I don't know. I don't get her. I want
Go ahead, insight checker. But
Yeah.
what she's gonna tell you,
Fuck.
what she's
I don't
gonna-
know. You can't
I-
prove anything.
Wait. Oh, it's not a disadvantage. Fuck. Insight.
not a disadvantage.
6.
6, yeah. So she's difficult to read, and she's being careful of the words she says, right? She said, if I had to venture a guess, it was either acquired by some merchant up in Whitlaw, and then he lost it like a fool, or it is an actual carver relic. You can give me a history check.
Yeah, sorry, I was actually making notes. So I was gonna say, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'll give you a history check. My history's
It's a carver relic, yeah.
4. Fuck.
You know Carver's a town.
Yeah, I know Carver's town.
You got no idea about anything.
So well,
She'll
no,
just-
so does I just got it from like the outpost here when they were trying to help us outfit us. Like, do they know what this is? Like,
I doubt it.
do you think I should tell them, or should I should just keep this? I think. Yeah, right?
They gave it to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's mine now, so.
They didn't know what they had.
That boy.
Just
But-
out
I'm
of
starting to
curiosity,
think she's literally just fucking with you.
out of curiosity, how much do you think this would go for?
To a collector?
Let's
Probably
assume-
more
let's assume-
coin than you've seen in your...
Okay. So give me just name a
To
number.
someone like you? Who said it's a nice weapon? I don't know. 20 gold? More gold than you've seen in your life? And
I've
grins?
seen
Some more sass. I've seen a gold or two.
Where, not that I'm looking to get rid of this, but where would there be a collector willing to pay this untold sum, you think? Only in larger towns?
Probably find someone in Whitlaw.
Okay. I've been there.
Yeah. Good.
We played a show there. Did you
So-
see it? I'm kidding. I don't say that.
I mean, you should. You gotta. Hey, man, you
It's
gotta.
so
fucking,
good. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Gotta sell yourself.
Either say it or you murder her.
No.
Did somebody say performance?
Yeah.
No.
Look what you started. Damn it.
Someone said the P word.
Once upon a time.
So yeah,
Something
unfortunately,
like squeals in the
I'm like,
distance.
so I'll be like, hey, what was your name again? I don't think I caught your name. You said
Erna Sternhammer.
Ernest Sternhammer. Davis Cantrell. Sorry, I was a little bit short with you earlier. Thank you for letting me know what's up here, and glad to meet you.
You're welcome. Be careful who you show that glaive to.
You gotta paint.
Fair enough. So I mean, it's a pretty big weapon. It's hard to, if I want to keep it on my person, do you have a recommend that you don't really put like in a scabbard or anything, right? There's not like a sheath.
Wrap it, hide some of the fine details.
All right.
Maybe get someone to tell you the story of that weapon.
If it's this relic you think it is.
It's not unique, but if it is what I think it is, it's old, and it was made in a time before you and I were born.
How old does she look? Sorry, out of character. Not asking you.
She-
Hey, how old are you?
I mean, she looks like, she doesn't look super old. She looks,
Like 30s or something.
if you were to like equate her to a person, right? As a female
That's right,
dwarf,
she's a
she
dwarf.
probably looks in her mid-30s if she was a human. So, maybe
Like 80 or 90.
as a dwarf, 80.
Yeah. Okay. So again, thank you. Glad you could help. Hopefully, maybe we'll meet again. And then I'll just walk away.
Okay. Cool.
And then I walk out to everybody. Hey, look at this badass glaive I got. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
shit,
wow,
bro.
this is pretty crazy, right?
No,
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, it's good. All right.
I don't
So
understand. Why did Navali give him a Dwarven relic? What is going on?
Actually, yeah, if anybody was
Jeez.
nearby, I don't know, they probably would have heard most of that.
I mean, you would have probably approached her or some of her was or something, because you had to go find her
Right.
to go talk to her.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone joined you or anything, but I guess some of y'all did because I had the bloodthirsty, aggressive nodding.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's true. I forgot.
so
Yeah, kill.
yeah. So
Did somebody
Well, no, that was
say
when I was with Navarre.
murder?
That was Navarre. That wasn't with Sternhammer. That was
oh,
different.
was it? Oh, okay. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
you had to find Sternhammer. You kind of went to probably where she had a cart and some of her things being, out, and she's actually was in the process of giving out some of the tools and some of the supplies so that they could set up some of the camp, to the Verdant Cause, to the people there, and that's where she was telling you, like, yeah, I brought supplies so that our town can use it, and you were like, oh yeah, well, I was helping up top. So some people heard the conversation, but like, no one was like specifically like stopping to listen to y'all talk. There was a lot of
Yeah,
work
probably
to be done.
everybody would have heard the first part, but then we probably got hushed voices near the end.
Yeah, something along those lines. And
Okay.
there was some sass being thrown, which was louder, but then once it got to the serious stuff, it got, more of a normal tone conversation.
Yeah, after that I may like try and go find Al or something. That's about it.
Okay. Y'all can easily spot up. It's pretty late. People are starting to get settled down. There's some patrols and watches being established by the cause. You do see, I'm just going to give it to y'all. Y'all do see that there are some patrols heading back out of the wood or leaving in the direction that y'all came in, likely to go back to Volpine. But it's all Verdant Cause members. Like half a dozen or so.
Seems like Marb would be in a tree.
Oh, Marb is definitely in a tree. He is roosted.
And checking it out.
He is happy. Man, just climb that tree like no one's business. Is anyone else going to do anything for the evening?
Probably not.
I'm still with Grissa, right?
Yeah.
And are
So-
they like off
Oh
to the
shoot!
side?
We left Roque in the city by himself.
No, they're here.
No, they're here.
But they're like, didn't you say they're kind of off to theirs, like, so that the rest of the town doesn't really see them?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna like I'm definitely staying with her, but I'm also gonna try to get Pebble back since
oh yeah, you got time to do that. I get you. Okay, so let's kind of bulk of the group is going to
only
be
takes
like.
an hour. Although Rock still doesn't.
Do you have the supplies? Or are you going to try to do it in your?
I didn't say I was gonna be successful at it. I said I was going to try to get Pebble back.
Okay.
Do I have the supplies? That's a good question. 10 GP.
Incense.
Nope, probably not.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna pretend like I'm gonna do what I can because they showed me how to do it once before, and Rock will be trying to do that.
Okay.
I'm getting frustrated, but
that's not to say that you can't succeed it because last time you did extremely well, and you were pulling on a different means of summoning it. You just maybe didn't understand how you did that. So if you give me an Arcana check, DC 25. If you manage to do that, you're going to be able to substitute some components to be able to get
No.
Pebble back.
Do you
No.
remember?
3.
So 3. Okay, so 10 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
basically, Rock's probably just sitting there being like, Pebble, 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 Pebble.
That's your mantra.
It's just not quite,
Yeah.
it's not quite getting it yet.
yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, no Pebble. As you're resting with Grissa, or as you're going through the motions of trying to get Pebble back, Navari is making camp in the area that Grissa's around. So she's kind of with you in a sense. And at one point says, "What are you muttering about?"
Oh, I'm trying to get my bird back.
Whatever I
fly
want.
away?
Did you meet Pebble? I got this bird that
You mean
I can
Marb?
apparently summon, but then it's dead again. But I can bring it back. I think. I just don't quite understand that part yet. Grissa helped me last time, but she doesn't need to help me this time.
Grissa kind of, still semi-conscious, and then Sylvan says, "Is familiar." And Navari goes, just kind of lets out like a little laugh, like, do you not know what your bird is?
A bird. I think.
No.
That part.
No. How do you not? Okay. Roque it was, yes?
Yes.
You potentially are the shittiest wizard I've ever met.
Shitty wizard.
Or incredibly lucky? Why would a familiar... Okay, she's gonna just start running down a list. Did you sell your soul to something?
Not that I know of.
Did anything visit you in the dark and offer you great power?
Again, not that I know of.
Did you hit your head really hard and forget who you are?
Nope. That one for sure. Nope.
Okay.
Happens to a lot of people, though.
Do you have a book on your person that you don't know how to read?
I have a book from my mentor that, yes, I don't know how to read, but it's his book.
Okay.
Never
To be fair, his book is really boring.
I
Can
can't
I
read.
see that book?
I can read, I choose not to.
Roll for reading.
Were you the one who helped Grissa back in town? Did you heal her? Are you the reason she's still alive?
Yes, by the Wilden's powers.
Okay, you can see the book. I'll pass it to her. But I'm very wary and like.
Okay. You hand her the book, and you kind of have this hesitation, this moment of hesitation, like giving it, and she kind of pulls on it, like expecting you to let go, and you don't, and then you let go, and she says, kind of looks at you strangely. She kind of, she's like, it's not booby trapped, right?
I don't know.
I've opened it. It seems to be fine. It's just a book.
You're the
Okay.
shitty wizard. We figured that out now. That checks that box.
Yeah. Alright, and she just like opens the cover, like kind of holds it out, opens it, looks into it, and then kind of brings it closer. And she goes, "Yep, I can't read this shit. It's a wizard book." So, okay, and she starts flipping, kind of goes through it, and then like you see, she goes through maybe 4 or 5 pages, and then it just starts to be blank pages, right? As you've gone through this book, there's only seems to be, 5 or so pages front to back with lots of scrolling. And then for the size of the tome, there's got to be about 100 or so pages that are just left blank.
This book is terrible.
And
Ooh, a bigger book than I realized I was carrying.
Well, here's the thing. You kind of are realizing that, and you're like, that doesn't seem that big. And then when she closes it, it doesn't seem that big anymore. But when she opens it and starts flipping through it, there seems to be more to it. Closes it, not that many. Opens it, a lot more pages, kind of thing. She says, "So, your friend, your mentor? I don't know why they would mentor you.
Ouch.
Yeah, man, harsh.
Burn.
Your mentor was a student of the arcane. These are spell equations. Stop me when you get lost. You need to be able to read these to use them to be able to bring your friend back.
How did I do it in the first place?
Uh-huh. So you did do it in the first place. Okay. So either
I don't know if I did. He appeared once and then he died. But then Grissa and Pan helped me get him back. And now he's dead again.
She kind of looks at Grissa. Grissa, you listening? Grissa nods. Is this true? Grissa just smiles. It's like and then Sylvan, she says, he's very good. She's like, gives you another
Him?
like cockeyed look, like him, really?
Not the shittiest wizard ever. Booyah.
And you have this like awkward, like she's like looking at the book, trying to like maybe see if she gleams anything from it, but like again, it's arcane, it's equations, that's not what she seems to know. And she's like, well, if Grissa says there's potential, here's your book, good luck. I don't think you're gonna be able to get your bird back without some help. It's not a bird. It just happens to be the shape that it takes. If you get familiar with it, you can actually make it into a bee, or a cat, or a rat.
But
it's a
Pebble.
bird.
It was very obviously.
Why would I want Pebble to be anything but Pebble?
It would still be Pebble. So, have you seen Pebble die?
Kind of just disappears.
Yeah, it has a thing, right?
Yeah, I don't like that sound.
Don't do that.
I wish you wouldn't do that. It's very upsetting.
I associate that sound with, Pebble dying.
Shitty wizard.
Sorry, fresh wound. I understand. So
Shitty
you're
wizard.
bringing the spirit of Pebble from wherever it is into here, and I guess it intuited the form that you wanted it to take, maybe subconsciously, into a bird. Do you like birds? Is that what I'm getting at? You like birds, don't you?
Nah, he probably. I mean, maybe a little bit.
Okay. Here's a thought. So I knew a guy that had a familiar.
Shitty
long time
wizard.
ago.
I knew a guy who liked birds. He's a fucking asshole.
Shitty
Is that the
wizard.
story? Nah, I just thought about that guy for the first time around. Man, I hated that guy. Anyway.
Shitty wizard.
Here's what you need to do. I remember there was a fire component. Like a brazier, fire, incense. I remember it because the incense smelled god-awful and it reminded me every time.
Shitty wizard.
Let's see if we can find you a brazier. Let's see if you can study your book. And maybe, if not tonight, maybe figure out how to get your back. And it's not dead. So the
I don't
doesn't
like
mean
that.
it's dead.
He like winces
It just
super
means
hard.
that it's
Just means it's mostly dead.
it's just not on this realm.
Ooh, since you're apparently wise in all things magical, do these mean anything? And I'll hand over the
Pages.
yes.
She just looks at you and looks at them, and like they're written on all manners of things. There's like it's on the back of some sort of parchment that has a recipe for some sort of fish. Okay, and she's like, wait, the recipe, and then she flips it over. It's like, ah. And then there's like another one, and it's like a wanted poster for a reward, and she's like flips it over. It's like, uh-huh. And then there's another one, just all these mannered parchments. And she goes, so this is the same as your book. This is the pages of an up-and-coming academic. Probably really poor fellow or girl. But they seem to have been more capable than you.
Burn.
So,
That's so fucking
should-
rude.
You should study this.
Dude, you need to bring Davis over, and Davis needs to cut that woman.
You can't be our
We're
friend
not
anymore.
anywhere near there.
Set him up with a weird.
It's time to kill, boys.
The women in this town are real catty.
Yeah.
I mean,
everybody.
if only you knew her backstory. That's what I'm getting at. So,
It's no excuse to be rude. Bitch.
I don't know her backstory,
Humph.
but I do know her future.
yeah.
I do know her
future. I like it. So, and listen, Roque, the fact that you were able to bring Pebble into this world unknowingly, if you really did do it, that means that there is something special about you. I will give you that. Y'all have done some great deeds for my town, my people, my family. For that, I will forever be grateful. And yes, I know there's a debt, and yes, I will pay it. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be anything. I have a lot going on. I know you guys can help. I know Pebble is important to you. Grissa says you have potential, says you're good. So study. If you were really the mentor of someone that gave you that tome, you should be able to figure it out.
Okay. I'd be like, hey, can I have my book back?
No.
I feel really bad for Roque right now.
And she gives it back, and she says, study some tonight. The Wilden will guide you. I'll see to it.
Sometimes you just
Okay.
get dunked on. You know, it happens.
I'm gonna like kind of walk away slowly back towards Grissa, and under my breath, I don't know whether she hears me or not. I'll be like, "Yeah, study the unreadable words. That's gonna work."
Okay. Okay. Well, Grissa rolled a natural 20. So
Oh
she hears me.
shit!
Oh no.
And Grissa
You
in
fucking say something. You're like,
no, and Grissa under her breath, very weakly says, "Navari likes you."
But I
It's a
don't.
weird way of showing it.
But I don't.
I think you're a piece of trash.
Yeah, I will.
Literally just dumped on him for 5 seconds.
I like that her voice becomes like some weird raspy
Yeah, just
old
like a
man.
Yeah.
Madam, that's like Sling
I
Blade.
think you're a piece of
You're
shit.
dumb as a bag of darts.
You're dumber
Yeah,
than
exactly.
taters. You're dumber than them French fried taters.
I'm fixing to kick your ass, boy.
Wow. I never thought I got to use that personality trait of hers, but I did. That was
Yep.
fun. All right.
I'll sit with Grissa and I'll just kind of stare at the book and pretend like I know what's going on.
All right. Well, kind of as you're reading through it, give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 19 total.
Not bad.
It's not bad. You're reading the book, or trying to, and you're repeating, kind of what you said that Grissa overheard. Is like, read the unreadable book, read the unreadable book, read the unreadable book, right? You're just kind of pouting and getting a little bit frustrated at it. And then you're looking at one of these circular shapes that have been drawn with, some simple glyphs within the southern border or the interior border of it. And you're kind of tracing your finger. Read the unreadable book. Read the unreadable book. Read the unreadable fire into... Read the unreadable fire into a... And it's starting... You're not even catching it that you're reading it. And you're kind of starting to make sense of it a little bit unknowingly. Give me a. How many pages are you reading from the book, or are you reading from the pages that you took?
Definitely the book.
Okay. Page. What do you? You have 6 pages to read from.
I mean, I feel like I would have just kind of flipped it open to whatever, so we'll say page 3.
Page 3? Okay. Cool. So page 3, you're just open, and like I said, you're just kind of tracing it, reading it, and then you start, what do you know, Draconic. So yeah, you start reading it, and then you start reading in Draconic. And you just keep reading, and you just start going back over it, and you just start reading more and more Draconic. And you probably lose about an hour or so. And then somewhere along that hour, you realize, wait. Why is this making sense now? And on this page, you have 2 spells that are available to you now, which now you know, in a sense, and understand. And those 2 spells, since you said they're on page 3, not your cleric spells, they're your wizard spells. They are, go fucking figure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Featherfall and Find Familiar. It's at page 3.
It's exciting.
So you have a eureka moment if you ever want to have a eureka moment and get pebble.
Oh. He climbs up a tree and jumps off immediately.
And as I cast Featherfall on myself.
Okay. So yeah.
Hey, look, Marb, I can fly better than you can.
So define what I mean. I know those now. So because I thought I knew those kind of like.
Now you 100% at all times you know exactly the material components you need to cast it the way that it's written in a book. You can, in a sense, work on deriving in other ways of casting it, but that has to take effort.
Okay, so yeah, so knowing that and getting that, then I would probably jump up. No, I would jump up, and I'd be like, I'm getting Pebble back, and I'm just gonna try and run and find the group and be like, I'm getting Pebble back. Pebble's coming back. I need to, but I'm getting Pebble back.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, people are sleeping.
Yeah, everybody's trying to sleep, dude. Let's chill out. I'm glad, but whatever.
That's really great, but also, what the fuck are you talking about?
I read the unreadable book, and now I know how to get Pebble back.
No, don't encourage him, Gustav. Come on.
Just ignore me. Go away.
Yes, so, yeah, so Roque, you need to gather charcoal, incense, herbs, and a brazier.
Begging around for everybody.
Yo, yeah, I'm on that mission now.
In the middle of the night?
What? Have you met Roque?
Yeah, this all tracks.
This all tracks.
I will try not to wake people, but I will definitely be rummaging.
You know what? If you ask
You're gonna try not
Marb,
to wake
Marb
people.
to go see if he can find some, wink, wink, he might do it. I think.
Oh, yeah.
He might take a little for himself too.
I'm good with that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna enlist Marb into the nighttime rummaging. That's right up his alley.
Okay. So you get...
Does enjoy a good rummage.
Especially when it's other people's shit, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh god. Alright, so you're gonna steal from the people that are being displaced from their home.
Yeah, that's fine.
I wouldn't steal. I'd leave coins
No, we're
behind.
doing
It's
it
just
for
a
their
fee.
own good.
It's the tax that they're paying for the services.
Roque isn't malicious. He would leave.
Yeah. Also, you're welcome, by the way.
No, I love it. Good.
Be like,
You
Marb
know.
sends its regards.
And then if Marb were to happen to take those coins after I left them, that's not my fault.
Okay. So
I mean, it's a little bit your fault.
are you rummaging or are you letting Marb do all the rummaging?
I think it's a team effort.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Wrong answer.
Good deal. Okay. So I would say
I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah, y'all are going
I'm
back to
out.
sleep.
That's the-
So, I guess y'all need to be stealthy while doing this,
Oh no.
right? Because you're not just gonna rummage, I don't think.
Nope.
So Marb is definitely gonna be stealthy. So
Yeah, for
Davis,
sure. Yeah,
roll me
roll.
a stealth check.
16.
All right, plus is additional because you're in the woods, so 18.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Davis, Marb is stealthy, and you kind of tell him where you're. Coal, I need. Incense, I need. He's like, got it. And then you say a brass brazier, and he's like,
Ooh.
shiny.
Mm.
And he's like, I'll get the brass brazier. She's like, does it have to be brass?
Yes. I believe.
No, it does actually.
It does.
Technically,
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
I'm
It's like,
checking.
okay. So he's like, I know
Yes.
where I can get one. I think. And you see like Marb is like all into it. And go ahead. And then Roque, I guess give me an investigation check to see how long it takes you to find what else you need.
Okay.
You'll be much quicker because you're not doing it stealthily.
So am I rolling for
Yes,
investigation? Oh, okay, investigation.
Natural 1 plus. What did you say I was doing? Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah, so 4 total.
4 total? Okay. And
14.
Marb at 18. Okay, 14. Okay, 14.
Unless he gets a bonus to the terrain shit.
No, because it's recalling information about.
Oh,
So no.
okay.
If I understand it right. So Roque, you will spend potentially
It is
all
an
night
interest
looking for things
check.
if you really want to, but you won't get any rest, and that means you won't get a benefit from resting. You at least spend an hour of excitement, like excited searching, kind of like in your own way, kind of going like from one collection of carts to another collection of carts. You manage to find charcoal, because that is not hard to find. You get that.
Okay.
Herbs, well, you're in the woods. You can make do of what herbs you can find. So, for like 2-3 hours, you're collecting charcoal, and you don't know what herbs, so you're almost kind of manically just gathering every type of herb that you think is an herb. Some things that aren't herbs, but you're like, this is an herb. Why not?
Flowers, yay.
Yeah. You cannot find incense.
Okay.
In your search. There are a few points where you kind of rummage around and some people like half-wakenly kind of turn and stuff, but no one actually catches you. Marb, on the other hand, what was the stealth check? 18?
Stealth was shit. I didn't. No, it was 18.
18. Marb manages to pretty quietly through the night, as most people are asleep, and they're not really being that cautious, and the guards are kind of not focusing on the inside of the camp, but on like the perimeter and the outside of the camp. Marb is marbing. Marb is having a good time. And
I'm so sorry that Nico's not here for this.
Yeah. And he gets to not the stern hammers, but he gets to what was his name? Baxter's collection of cards, which was Baxter Kuklo, which was the owner of the establishment that he went in. Huh?
Was it a general store or whatever?
The other general store owner.
Nice.
And he kind of starts rummaging through some things. And he, lo and behold, stumbles upon a brass brazier. Took him a while, but he gets it. I need a sleight of hand check at advantage, because most people are asleep, to see how nimbly he's able to collect it, please.
The first was a 2, the second was a 20. So 25.
Oh, natural 20?
Yeah, natural
25.
20.
So, I really want Nico here. That's how he describes it, but So yeah.
And was there instructions for him to leave gold? I don't remember. To like pay for it.
If there was, he would have forgotten. He's in the moment. Yeah, he's in the moment. He's like, that da-na-na-na-na-na
Yeah.
as he gets into. And he sneaks in, gets that, finds it, he sees it, and it's kind of like in one of the back of the carts, but it's not necessarily at the most accessible. And he gets in there, very carefully moves it. One of the bags starts to fall, catches it with his hand, moves it, and then something else is there, so he grabs it with his beak and starts pulling it out. Because it's not a massive brazier, it's like gets it. And then kind of gently puts the bags in place, grabs the brazier. Okay. And leaves.
The softest baka. A little baka of pleasure.
There we go. So you just need to find incense.
Excellent. And that was my night then, right? Correct?
Well, that was hours into your night. You were not able to find the incense. I mean, this is your choice now. You can spend the rest of it aimlessly trying to find it, or you can go to bed and get your rest, get your spell slots back and everything.
Yeah, this was exhausting.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited with the current findings, and I figure I'll talk to Navari in the morning.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll get some rest.
Alright, cool.
Not a
So yeah, so sleep takes the group, and y'all in this environment surprisingly rest very well. Sleeping under the stars, under the canopy of the pine woods of the fox woods. Especially for Grant and Gustav, there's always that sort of like calm before the potential conflict that just kind of acquired over years. Just your body naturally kind of gets in that state. You sleep well, you rest. Roque, you go to sleep excited. Marb eagerly shows you the brazier that he got and ends up climbing up in the tree near you and Grissa and Navari and goes to sleep. As the patrols take watch and morning comes. What would y'all like to do in
Are we
the
dead?
morning? Not dead.
Hooray, we're not dead.
Y'all are some of the more early to rise. But I mean, you are in a farming town, so most people are used to rising with the sun.
Yeah.
I suppose if if Gustav is up, I'll try to find like a high vantage point to just look around and see why we're not dead.
Sure. So, yeah, okay. So you kind of go through the woods, kind of looking for some sort of vantage point. You did travel about 45 minutes to an hour into the woods, which isn't necessarily that far since it was such a large traveling. Vulpine is not visible from where you guys are, but kind of given a surveillance, give me a perception check, but what you're basically going to see is...
Let's see. It's a 22.
Damn, okay, nice. So what you're going to see is that the makeshift camp that sprawls for about a half a mile, right? Didn't seem to be disturbed in the night. There are some like fire pits kind of set up in a way, or like campfires, I should say, not, but being set up, and some people are taking what cooking supplies they have that were either taken with them or brought by some of the merchants and all that, and they're setting up some semblance of like ability to make some food. The patrols are still patrolling. You do catch Meeker, and he's got a couple of his lightly armored group, Verdant Cause coming towards him, and there seems to be having a hushed discussion, in a sense. But yeah, it looks pretty calm and peaceful over here, minus the immediate discussion surrounding Meeker with some of his men. Yeah. As the rest of your group is starting to kind of rise and get to their feet.
So if I see Gustav's already up, it's like, hey, any word on if anything came through, or any of the Verdant Cause say anything?
Doesn't seem that way, but we might want to wake up the rest of the group and go talk to Meeker, see if he's heard anything.
Well, quiet's good for now, but yeah, let's maybe get people going.
All right. I'll go find Marb, I guess.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab Al and everybody else.
Okay. So, yeah, easy enough to get the majority of the group. Gustav, you're kind of wandering around, naturally looking up.
Yep, as I do.
No, excuse me, as you almost bump into someone. Sorry, no. And then you get, after about 10, 15 minutes of just heading along, you do see Navari kind of walking towards you in kind of like where we'll cross paths. And she kind of waves and like puts her hand up, says, "Good morning. Some of your friends are 10 minutes that way," points behind. "I think one of them's in a tree."
Yeah, that sounds like my friends.
"They're coming, I think. I'm gonna have to, talk. People. I hate the mornings." She just
I'll
walks by
also
you.
make sure to keep a lookout for any of the dryads.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Gustav, you eventually run into the kind of one of the end, like the end of the camp, and you do see Marb and Roque, and they're getting ready and getting up and everything. And then still no dryads or no guardians, Davis.
Strange. I thought they'd be here by now.
But
I
you do
say
see
somewhat under my breath, but also literally out loud.
But you do see, as a little bit of time passes, you do see Navari start making her way towards Meeker.
Is anybody making food? I'm hungry. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and like.
I was all about that.
Yeah.
No one from your group is, but there's definitely food being
No,
made.
yeah, I'm looking like specifically like the Weatherbees if they're making some food or something because I liked what they had.
Okay. You're looking around for the Weatherbees. Carry your 22 around. Not in your area.
That's strange. Again, muttering under the breath.
Mm-hmm. But then again, they were probably more associated with Navari and Chris.
I'll be like, hey Al, have you seen Janetta or Django? I'm hungry and they make some good stuff. If not, we can, try and help out somewhere else.
I don't think I've seen them. Can I smell anything?
You smell. You do get some odors coming in. Nothing like cured meats and bacon sizzling or anything, but you probably have semblances of. Oh, I don't know. What would be like
putting the DM on the spot?
Yeah, my brain is not like what do you call them? Oat pudding or oat porridges and that type of stuff being made, and various cast irons being hung over fires, and that's kind of like the food that is available. It doesn't smell bad.
I would just like the nearest like good smelling food. I might like kind of tug Al, be like, hey, let's go see if we can get in on some of this, and then we'll offer them like a couple coppers or something.
Sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Easy enough. But a minute or two away, you go gather, and it happens to be that it's one of the individuals that you gathered their things. So they say, no. Community comes together.
I insist, and I'll just give them like 5 copper.
That's fine. They say, thank you. So yeah, you guys get your porridges, your oats, or whatever, the amount of, there's no real eggs or anything. There are some people that took some eggs, but the amount of cured / cooking meats are probably either not being cooked this morning or not really taken. Eventually, Meeker and Navari kind of have our meet up, and they're having a discussion. Marb and Roque.
Oh, so we can all click long rest, by the way, right?
Yes, you can all click long rest.
Click a long rest.
I get portents.
Oh yeah, you should roll.
Oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Rock, roll your portents, track them.
I did.
Okay, cool.
Do you guys? I was gonna keep them a secret, but I can tell you all if you want to know.
Nah, the only person that needs to type them to me if you want at some point.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Okay. Rock, are you trying to find the group? Are you staying with Grissa? I would say that Navari would say, hey, I'm gonna have another meeting with people.
Yeah, I'd check on Grissa, and I'd probably start babbling to her about Blob.
Fuck, I forgot about that. She doesn't know about Blob though. It was pain.
No, she's got no idea about Blob.
Right, I
So now you're just muttering.
the excitement of the day previous. But now I'd be like, hey, and I just go on about how I was trying to figure it out and help, and I gave Blob to a guardian in Pan, and now I'm wondering if that's a good idea, and I'll just ramble.
Okay. She's more awake. She's kind of listening to you. She says, "You're a reckless one, but you have intuition. Why would you save one of them?"
So we could learn how to stop it or help it or anything other than running around stomping on disgusting blob picks.
I like you. You're not so concerned with dealing with the unknown with violence. Things that are lesser than you don't ignore. Keep that approach in life. And you kind of see as she's been resting, staying there over the night, just in the vicinity, that some flowers are cropping up in their immediate vicinity, and that even some little would be squirrels and chervils and stuff and voles have come by, and even a little or a little bird of some little forest bird has come by, kind of stopped, checked on her, left, and just kind of some natural wildlife is coming in every once in a while.
Do we see some up by us?
This is more you do in general. Yeah, the forest is alive. Yes,
okay.
The forest is alive, but immediately around Roque and around Grissa, there seems to be animals coming in, checking on her, something going on.
I'm in a Disney movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Not quite as dense, but yes, there are definitely. You are definitely with the Disney Plus right now.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about food or anything. I'd just be excited to see Grissa better.
Okay.
I'd just hang out with her unless any of the party members stumble by.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a medicine check while we'll go to the other group.
Okay. Natural 20. Plus 21.
Grissa's doing better. She's not great, but the rest and being amongst with your trained proficiency in nature, being amongst nature seems to help her a lot. She still needs some attention and all that, but she's probably going to be able to walk on her own and everything. So, yeah, it was a good night's sleep. She needed it. She got it.
Cool.
All right. Main group. Grant, what you up to? Eating?
What was that, Angie?
You cut out, so.
You cut out, yeah. What are you up to, sir?
You awake. What are you doing?
But
Oh, no,
One
we're
syllable
getting...
at a time.
Yeah.
Maybe like
All right.
reconnect time.
He's trying to wake up still.
Oh, there you are. What was that?
Angie, if you can hear me, can you try to
Or
yeah, 1 sec.
Thank you. All right, Gustav, Al, Davis.
Yeah, we're sneaking food and not
Okay.
sneaking other people's food.
Mhm.
I guess I would have tried to wake Dregnar and Grant as well, but
Yeah.
In the meantime we're just like, hey, you guys, we're just trying to get everybody together. I'm gonna grab some food.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure getting food while we wait for folks together makes sense.
So as you guys are eating, Angie, let's do a mic check. Are you back?
I am back.
Okay, cool. So the guys got you some food. What are you doing?
No. This is still the first evening, right?
It's morning now.
It's morning now.
Yeah. Unless if you had something you wanted to do in the evening. I'm sorry. If
No, I don't think I did. No.
Okay.
I don't know what Grant would be. I think I don't know what he's. Yeah, I can't think of what Grant would be up to
Okay.
now. Just getting ready for the
Get ready for the day. All right.
You're also just waking up. Angie is also just waking up.
Yeah. So as you guys are eating and everything, at one point, Meeker and Navari kind of head over to your group and kind of sit down in your area or with you guys, kind of, and yeah, they say, well, good morning.
Morning.
Meeker says, some of my scouts definitely confirmed what you said. Sounds like there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, there may have been more, but we saw about 100. So, I mean, that's the minimum, pretty much.
That's a number. Yeah.
That's why we're here. And not there.
Exactly. Oddly enough, they stopped a mile out and started spreading out.
I would nudge Grant as like, is that some sort of siege tactic or something? Or Gustav if he's around, but I was trying to get
You don't need to siege a town like that. It doesn't have any damn walls. You just walk in and start burning things down.
Okay.
Spreading out, to me, suggests like they're looking for something.
Interesting. Is there anything you think they would be looking for, Navari?
Honestly, I don't think there's anything special here unless the thing with...
So I'm sorry, I have a question for you while you think about that. I don't know. I know we've been running all over and we've been split up and talking to people. Yeah, exactly. I'm Roque. I'm getting to that. Has anybody asked you about someone named Simon who lived in the swine fields down there? Are you familiar with this person? Or do you know of his whereabouts? Have you seen or heard from him in the past several months or anything? Simon, do we actually, out of character, do we know his last name? I forget.
It was mentioned once, but I don't know if you actually
I knew he knew at least his initials because we saw him carved on the thing. But
so
it's also Simon C. I think it was C, right?
E.
Oh, E.
I mean.
Okay. Simon
yeah. She's like, well, the name got mentioned again when the attacks at the the tents came up and the mutant calf was killed.
As I nudge Gustav, like, oh yeah, we remember.
Yeah, kind of hard to forget that one.
So yeah, because apparently the witnesses said that it was a lot of the ranchers' swine fields were there, and then they turned into those beasts. No one said that Simon was there.
Because I think, and again out of character, I think we overheard them mentioning his name.
Yes, people may have brought Simon up because of his wife's passing, and no one had seen anyone from the swine fields in a few months.
And then they just showed up in that tent?
And then they showed up, and they showed up, and from what I understand, people asking how everything was. They hadn't seen each other. And then that cloaked figure came, and
could that have been Simon? Because, no offense, but like, a lot of signs seem to point to be that this is his doing, maybe?
How? He's a pig farmer.
I mean, I'm gonna defer to our Tortle friend over there, as much as that pains me. Where is Roque?
He's not with you guys.
So wherever Roque is, I know he had a premonition about this. He seems to know some things. He would, unfortunately, and I roll my eyes as hard as I can, like he would be the one we'd have to talk to about this.
I can confirm that we dropped by his shack and we found a lot of scrawlings and pages.
Oh yeah.
And they really suggested dark magic. There was some crazy shit going on.
Yeah, his house looked like shit. In fact, I think it had literal shit in it.
I think so. He used anything he could to riot, and I think it was mud. But at first, I don't want to touch that.
And,
moving on.
And then I'm gonna like kind of whisper to the group, like, should we ask about the money, the gold and shit? Like, try and being out of earshot, but still like to the group.
So as you guys are kind of like, talking about it, and you're going, should we talk to Meeker? Will kind of pipe in and be, well, Navari, we've heard stranger things, right? Who knows? Maybe he found something. Maybe he bought something.
I mean, do we hear this?
Yeah, he's kind of just not trying to hide it.
Yeah. So what would he? Maybe he found something. So what does that mean? What does that have to do with all this?
Well, wasn't Roque all hot and bothered about some kind of like bag or satchel or some such?
Yeah, he really got the fox den in a bit of a tizzy over that one night.
Oh, he did.
And then the barracks. We came and took it to the barracks as well. And
Meeker was like, I don't know what a bag would do, but maybe the contents
it was a
of the
bag
bag
that he had that was as important or something.
Yeah, so maybe what was inside the bag? Did he?
Look, he gets his head into some weird stuff, and then he gets really obsessive. Super annoying, and I try really hard not to pay attention to it.
The turtle?
Yes, the turtle.
Well, listen. And Meeker's just he's trying to put some pieces together.
He, man? We should just find him. Like,
Navari will pipe in. Roque was with us down in my
here. I'll go get him. I'm gonna run. I'm just like in a huff, be like
full sprint.
Yeah. Full sprint.
And as you're leaving, Marb just kind of comes up. Yeah, he just kind of comes around, and a bowl of. Actually, he's got the golden brazier that he took, and he's got a of the pudding or the porridge, and he's just eating out of it.
Nice.
Morning.
Just a fancy ass bowl.
Yeah. What of it?
I don't know. I just got this little wooden. I don't know. Nothing. I guess you do you.
Must have been from your bull pocket.
Of course, he's got a bowl pocket.
He just kind of you see him kind of look up in the bowl pocket. Good idea. And he just kind of sits down next to Gustav and just eating out of his fancy gold bronze or brass bowl. And Meeker, and listen, Navari asked me to come to this town when she got being a mayor. We, at one point in our lives, careers, were adventurers together in a group. And we've seen less make sense. How?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know.
A banshee took you over?
Damn. Are you okay, whoever made that sound?
That was Corbin.
Okay. So.
Sorry, I just got attacked by a banshee named Jason.
That's right.
God damn it, Jason.
That tracks.
Yeah. We used to be adventurers. We've seen more come of less and heard crazier stuff than, I guess, a pig farmer creating an army of pigmen. And then Meeker says to get revenge for his wife's death. That idiot.
Why would he feel the need to have revenge? It sounds like his wife's death was more or less of natural causes.
Because he blamed us in a drunken stupor for not being able to help. So I think I told y'all this originally, but
How the hell does some drunken pig farmer get his hand on magic like this?
how the hell does a drunken pig farmer come upon a fuck ton of wealth as well? He came in barely making ends meet, because you understand pigs don't sell as much as plains cows. Anywho. And then he came into town, but 6 months before his wife's passing, with either an inheritance or something, because he was buying the finest wines that came into town, going to every merchant that came into town, gathering leathers, paintings, tomes, anything to prove of his wealth and his ability. He at least took care of Bree, but eventually she got sick, and he spent all their wealth. And then he wasn't able to afford a healer from outside of Volpine to help. We tried with what we had, but we couldn't cure her. And then after she passed, but 2-3 weeks after, he came to town, got drunk, caused a scene, bit a guard, had to lock him up over the barracks. He was blaming everyone for his wife's death. We didn't take care of our own. That because he was a pig farmer, we didn't care about him and his family. I don't know how he got what he got. If it is Simon, that maybe he bought it and didn't know what he bought. Merchants trade some relics from the past. So.
When he blew all his money while his wife was sick, was that still on luxury items? Do we have any idea?
I believe so. I mean, the guy was an ass. Whenever he got his money, he made sure to remind people that he had.
Gotcha.
His wife, simple woman, but sweet. What she saw in him, I don't know. But he did treat her right. But he was a fool to spend all of his wealth. I would assume Al and some of y'all, you didn't spend all of it. Y'all were at his place.
Mm-hmm.
So, going on what Roque told y'all, you understand that was
Yeah, I
cursed
assume at
stuff.
some point I get him and start going back.
Mm-hmm.
I assume at some point I find Roque and we start heading back.
Yeah. So it takes you about 10 minutes to find him.
Okay, just let us know whenever we're back.
Yeah. Roque, if you're willing to, go with Davis, you guys
Yeah,
get
literally,
to the...
we're at a Roque team meeting this way. Let's go.
Yeah. And Roque, you're comfortable enough knowing Gristle was okay.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, you probably get along to the conversation, when Meeker starts talking about, that his wife, he took good care of his wife, even though he was a fool for spending all of his wealth.
To like shove Roque in the middle and be like, so, tell him what you saw at Simon's place.
Oh gosh, do you guys really want Roque to go back?
I mean, you as Roque right now don't have to literally say it all, but you might could just say, I say it all.
Yeah, I'd just give him a rundown of the visions as remembered by Roque.
Okay. You have a good intelligence, so yeah, you have a pretty good memory on it. As you're going through and talking, telling him that, do you bring up the fact that there was still the gems and everything? And the baubles and all the wealth?
I guess as we're heading back, I'll be like, listen, we've asked him about Simon. We haven't mentioned the money and the gems in his house yet, but we were struggling to kind of tell him why we seem to think he's involved. You have a lot of the details. Let's go chat. That was the conversation on the way over.
Okay.
Yeah, then I would mention them.
Okay. So.
Do you also mention that we buried him?
No, I wouldn't mention what happened to them. I'd mention that that's what originally led me on the vision quest with the elf in the alley and the...
Okay, so you do down the elf in the alley. Okay.
And like seeing Simon's life through what I think was Simon's eyes and his wife's sick and all that, yeah. So, but I will mention that the gems played a part.
Okay. Holy shit,
yeah.
Go me. Navari, nothing. Meek or something.
Is it whisper time?
So as you're talking, kind of giving the rundown of the vision that you had, Meeker goes, the bloody fool's cursed. Blood. Oh, man. Okay. The man in your vision, the one with the fat fingers, the rings that he couldn't take off, and he took the satchel. What was inside the satchel had to be cursed. That curse got passed on to Meeker. Or to his wife.
And to Simon, you mean?
Sorry, yeah, to Simon. Sorry, it's late, guys.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, it's the new secret.
New secret.
Did you say that the curse passed to Simon and then to his wife?
Or to his wife.
Oh, or to his wife, okay.
If it was a curse on his wife, it makes sense why we couldn't take care of her. If it was a curse on the wealth, it makes sense why he thinks he didn't have it all. If you're saying there was some left.
Yeah.
Oh, he rolled a natural 19 on his religion check.
I'll jump in and be just like, yeah, but we buried it, so nobody else should be at risk.
Good. Forget where it's buried.
Oh, okay.
No one needs that on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't mark it or anything.
Shut up.
Stop.
Listen. What if whatever's left of Simon, it's probably not the same person at all remotely.
Could it have been that guy in the tent? Or did anybody see them? Actually, yeah, I don't remember if anybody saw them.
The cloaked figure?
Yeah.
No one could give me a description. Might have been him.
Definitely couldn't. I wasn't looking. I was looking at the townsfolk.
Yeah. So Simon's the one person that's missing from the swine.
Everybody
he's
else
the
is accounted
one-
for.
They're all dead thanks to y'all.
I mean,
I wouldn't put it quite that way.
No, I mean that in a thank you, because they would have killed a lot of more people. So
I ain't even if you're gonna put it like that.
listen. All right.
Being really picky about how he puts it.
Well, first one sounds like we're murderers.
I mean, aren't we?
Just
I was gonna.
good ones.
So, after the barrack situation, when was the last time y'all saw Simon? Also, we're not murderers. Please stop.
Last time we saw Simon was when he came to town blaming everybody. Got locked up. Spent the night. Left the following evening because no one was there to collect him, and we had to wait to make sure that he wasn't a threat to anybody else. And we let him go,
I'll scoff.
which I'm guessing is when he stumbled in across the fat man and took his things. I don't know who this fat man is, but
Well, that
go.
clears some things up, but presents many more questions.
Yeah, as to why his pig army isn't here killing us now.
Well, I mean, we actually talked to one of them. And
They
were
talk.
Yeah, some of them.
They do now.
Well,
I have one.
when
as a pet.
Marb has his way with them, they do.
You have one as a what?
He's the.
He doesn't know what he's saying.
I'm just gonna wander off. I'll say that, and then I'll be like, oh, then I'll just wander off.
He's like la la la.
This entire time, Navari is just sitting there and listening. I mean, just letting Beaker talk. You know, it's gotta like.
So we were, for lack of a better term, interrogating one at one of the.
I mean, we were definitely interrogating him. That's not like a term thing. That's just literally what was happening.
Sure. Aggressively interrogating. And
I mean, sure, but like, you can't interrogate someone nicely. I don't know why you gotta be weird about it.
and they made mention of their father, and we kind of suspect that that's referring to Simon. And they're saying this is his will, and all that other. It was all very weird and ominous, and I don't know if he knew exactly what he was saying, but it was kind of creepy, and it seemed to point to, again, some controlling figure leading this charge, which, just to throw that out there.
Great.
But we have no sign of where he is. We have no idea where he's at. So for all we know, he's out repeating this process somewhere else. Hope he's not, but we don't have a lead on him.
So, if it was Simon, this mystery cloaked man, that killed the calf, that was bringing people here because some people thought it was powerful and specifically cut out its heart and took its weird third eye. Navi, you got anything? Nabari's just kind of... He's not going to be around.
I point to Al and be like, you understood that. Like, there's a whole process to this thing. Like, they were taking the bits of the plane scout to do some other stuff, and then eventually it results in this weird constructed army that they do.
Yeah, there's some crazy cycle going on
There's penis
where
worms
they're
involved.
converting
That's all I gotta
different
say.
kind. Definitely, that was a bad time. Every part of this is a bad time.
So,
I think
Let's just say,
Did
yeah,
Ro-
even after we dispatch this army, there's work to be done in like cleansing at least the southern part of town and probably checking the other ranches just to get everybody safe.
so as you're having this like talk of penis worms and stuff,
the usual.
Yeah.
As one does.
Yeah.
Grissa
As we eat.
shows up.
Oh yeah, they're disgusting.
Nom, nom, nom.
Grissa shows up and she's got like an actual like cloak and cowl on, kind of covering up her form to an extent.
Didn't Marb give her something? No, she gave her some slime or some shit.
Yeah, Marb gave her one, and she gutted it
The worm, yeah.
and told you that it was corruption.
Oh yeah.
Marb has never told Grissa that he's got some of the ooze from the tree.
The goo pocket.
Yeah. So
slip into her later.
Real quick, if
Mhm.
rocks are walking off, can I go and try and find them?
sure. We'll just do this.
We'll say in my wanderings, I'm just annoying people looking for incense.
Okay.
Nice.
Give me an investigation check.
7 plus 3, 10.
You got 10? Okay. It takes you a little bit. You pester some of the people. Why would we go that way? They point you in that direction. Incense. Why would we have incense? And you go a little bit. Al starts to catch up to you. And as Al catches up with you, you happen to get to a older woman that seems to be taking care of some younger children, probably her grandkids. And she says, I actually have some insights. What do you need?
Trying to get my familiar back, so I just need some incense for a spell.
Spell, huh? How much? I don't think I've seen you around before.
Yeah, we're new to the area, trying to help the town out. Enough that I don't know. How much can you give me for a silver?
She kind of looks at it and breaks you off like a chunk, maybe. I don't know, like the size from, like if you were to take like your thumb and forefinger and kind of like, make that L, it's probably about that big of a piece. Chunk. She kind of hands it to you. She's like, here you go.
Cool.
You get like a block of incense.
Yeah. -1 silver, block of incense. Roque is happy.
All right. Al, you catch up to Roque as he's finishing his little transaction.
Yo, you shopping around now? What you got there?
Incense to get Pebble back. I know how to get Pebble back.
When did this happen?
Last night, I read the unreadable book.
Oh, cool.
That makes perfect sense.
That seems fine and totally not bad or scary or anything.
Yeah, the unreadable.
I forgot you had a terrifying book. I mean,
Oh, the nightmare book.
It's okay.
It's a real page turner, as in it turns its own pages because it's alive.
Also written in poop.
Yep.
on my human flesh.
It talks to me too.
I'd see the
Whispers in my dreams.
It sings me sweet lullabies.
I'd see that you'd be like a little weird on it, so I'd be like, no, Navari told me to. It's okay. She's helping me out.
Man, you got some crazy magics about you. Mind if I like to watch the ritual or part if you let me. But besides that point, the guys back there are talking about Simon a lot, and I remember. Did you have some papers that we found in his house? Some kind of crude drawings?
Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Yeah, let's go back with those. I still have those.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. On the way back, I'm just going to bring up like the ingredients that the hooded figure stole and see if there's anything we can equate on the paper
Sure.
or the scrawlings that he saw on the wall.
Okay. I guess both of y'all give me an Arcana check, or one of y'all can do it at advantage, as y'all are bouncing ideas off of each other. And we'll wrap it up here pretty soon.
13 plus 20.
Okay?
So wait, I can roll or give him advantage?
Yeah.
I'm going to give Rock advantage because he's a lot smarter than I am.
Okay, roll one more time, Rock.
12 that time total, so 20 total.
20 total? Alright, bouncing it back and forth. 20 total. Oh, okay, yeah. Since you're familiar with some of the things that you saw, and now that you've seen the actual physical manifestations of things that you've seen, or you kind of saw as drawings, it kind of makes sense of what's going on. Al, what was your initial question to Rock?
What's the sheriff's name?
Do you have the papers, and if y'all can discern what the papers kind of mean? Is that what you're trying to?
Yeah, specifically, the hooded figure stole the heart and the
heart.
eye.
Perfect. Yeah. So going back and forth, on the wall there was the scrawling that this bull, B-U-L-L, was being created, which was probably in reference to the calf that was born. And in Rock's vision, he saw the hooded figure, what he presumes is Simon's point of view, release a worm towards a pregnant plains cow and left it at that, potentially to corrupt the fetus, womb, whatever, make the mutant calf. And then hearts seem to be used in a lot of rituals and some sorts of magics. Third eyeball, there's some mystique and some lore about those things. So yeah, probably arcane in nature. Excuse me.
Classic black magics. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know about this fucked up black magic stuff, right, guys? Guys,
You know,
come on,
but,
back me up here.
It's one of these things. It's very specific things that were taken. The heart and the third eye. So, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll definitely ascertain that. Yep, he took some things. He's probably going to use those things for other magic things.
Probably good.
20. Yeah, 20 got you enough to make
making a casserole.
Nice.
Yeah, a mutant casserole. Exactly. So, okay, so back at the group, Grissa kind of leans over, speaks kind of to Navari. Navari's kind of surprised to see her up, but she is looking better, and is glad that Navari is all covered. That Grissa's all covered up. And Navari does say to the group while you're having all these discussions about Simon and all that, and it's like, well, listen, I still have to tell the town that we're going to be relying on living plants for protection. Only a handful actually know of Grissa and her sisters. But
She seemed to travel pretty freely over at the, what's the name of the rest stoppy thingy?
Pathmaker's Rest?
Yeah, the Pathmaker's Rest. She seemed to kind of just weave her way in when we were at the Pathmaker's Rest. I thought maybe they were just a known thing in these parts.
Yeah, that certainly seemed to be my impression.
Some of them are known. Some of them are kind of thought of maybe more fairy tale. It's not necessarily that people be, afraid. They're probably going to be glad to hear that there's going to be some help. It's just, new things for people can be scary.
Yeah,
in my
at times of
experience.
tension like this, I can understand they might be a little guarded for sure.
And my guess is you saw Grissa at the rest stop
Yeah.
in the night.
Yep.
Yeah. Grissa, you really need to stop doing that.
I mean, if
She's
my
kinda
intuition is
smiles.
right, I'm sure that Sam is rather glad she was there.
Meeker
And I want to look at Grissa and
nods.
see if she reacts.
Yeah, Grissa doesn't know who Sam is, but Grissa's like.
I'll
just
give her
kinda
like the
smiling.
eyebrows, like, huh?
Yeah. She's just kind of smiling because maybe, I got out. I walked around. I had some fun. I maybe saved a life. If she knows what you're
I heard
talking
your
about.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as this conversation's kind of going, eventually Navari's like, all right, kind of gets up, kind of stretches a little bit. So it's like, all right, I got to another gathering. Meeker, we didn't even talk about what your scouts are, other than that it's confirmed. Anything else? He's like, right now, nothing. They're just spread it out. Some of them, I think, came into the woods, but they're not making it this way right now. And she's like, all right, well, what are we going to do with fine? Are we going to make it, just leave it? Or are we going to do your plan on making it look like a warning sign? He's like, I'll figure that out here soon. She's like, okay, let's get everyone on the same page. And she gets up and she's like, Meeker, get your boys to help me get the people and have another discussion, and hopefully we can make some plans.
You need me to make some noise? We'll get people here. I did a good job yesterday.
Did I hear
You
noise?
did do a good job.
I still have
yesterday.
this, and I raised the insignia that I never gave back.
Meeker's like,
I might add that to my
right.
inventory right now,
Official?
actually.
And Meeker's like, keep it. You've earned it.
Oh, cool. Permission's good.
Oh, we're the verdant now.
So, yeah, go ahead. Give me another performance check. Let's gather people.
Oh, okay. I wasn't really looking for that. That's fine. 14.
It's not so bad.
Well,
We've
yeah,
done
'cause
it
got
once.
+7.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, so 5-10 minutes pass. Grant, you're kind of still, stretching, listening to all this conversation about curses and pigs and all this, and I don't know how it sits with you, but fuck. Why is it that I had to walk this direction? Gustav, why aren't they attacking? I think is what's on the front of your mind.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Mm-hmm.
do we need to be preparing somewhere else
Mm-hmm.
if they're not gonna show up?
Roque, you're welcome to try to start your ritual if you want, because it seems like you've gathered all the materials. It'll take you about an hour if you do it ritually.
Is Marb gonna willingly give up his bowl?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There's still porridge in
He's
it.
still eating out of it.
Yep. So you have to retrieve your brazier, and then maybe you'll be able to start your ritual. Some of the group's starting to gather. People are kind of, doing this, but rather than having the entirety of the camp that's spread out together, it looks like they're just kind of getting like groups together, and they're just gonna kind of, hey, this is what's happening. This is what the plan is. We're gonna rely on, and Navari just kind of saying the pitch out loud before she even does it, like kind of to y'all.
Rehearsing it.
Yeah, doesn't know, and so we're gonna be relying on our friends, the Sisters of the Forest.
Don't be afraid.
Be afraid, yeah. Okay, yeah, don't be afraid. Good.
Be afraid or don't be afraid. I don't fucking know.
They're here to help.
Yeah. And then so does that pitch a few times. And all she says, okay, I think I'm ready, and she starts to first group, as seems to be the case in all adventures. You guys start to hear some commotion back towards the southern portion of camp. And please, give me perception checks.
Everybody?
Yeah, I mean, y'all are all trained in perception. I did this to myself.
21.
Oof. Okay.
10 total.
Okay. 19, nice, okay. 23, 10. Okay. So, there seems to be, like, everyone hears a little, and it's coming, like, from the outskirts of the camp. But Grant and Al and Gustav, y'all actually hear that distinct sound of some squealing. And then you
Probably nothing.
hear people say, "Run! We're under attack!"
No, it's probably just
Man, birds make weird noises nowadays.
Yeah, right. And there seems to be, at the farther end, maybe, 10, 15 minutes away, where all the real commotion is, and there just seems to be like a chain of voices coming through as something is attacking. Well, something. Biggies are attacking.
And that's where we're gonna leave
Yep.
it.
And that's what we'll pick up tomorrow. No, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Next-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, Rock.
What?
Yeah, back here tomorrow,
What?
guys.
Yeah.
Chop chop.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pause that. Oh shit, whoops. So yeah, thanks guys. Oi.